advertising it at the stock market. You know, the Dems are saying they'll turn the tax cuts around. I can't imagine they'd sink the economy. I understand it is a talking point, but to actually do it would be just suicide. I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? All right, make sure I get everybody's names right. Shireman or Sherman? Shireman and Scott. That's easy enough. Yeah.
Mark?
Yeah.
The lady that shoved the title down her shirt?
Yes.
She's going to be on. She's on now.
Is that her?
Yep.
Can't make this shit up. What was the caller's name?
Geraldine. I left a message for her to come on also.
Geraldine. So she did get it signed, though, right? Okay, so we got Geraldine, and who's the whole cast of characters, Dan? Hold on, Tyler, is that right? Who's the whole cast of characters on this card? Kevin?
God.
Is Kevin correct? Justin, Kevin, Tyler?
Justin and Kyle. Justin was supposedly the good one. Kyle's Amanda's husband.
Justin sold it. Who, Kyle?
Is Amanda's husband.
Kyle.
Amanda was the one who shoved it down her shirt.
And then Geraldine is
the
the
mother of the kid.
God help
I
us
really
all.
think we need to get the mom of
I tried to get one.
Amanda.
I want to verify
Amanda's
she
mom.
got the title.
Amanda's mother-in-law.
Right.
Who found out that she got the title back, or we just know this through Amanda?
Amanda told me on the phone. Amanda.
Guys, you'll learn this show's half.
Did you give me the splitter?
I
listened to you almost.
Half. Let me try to think here. Morty Povich, I guess, is relevant.
I think they're both. Well, it could be either way. Mine's small.
Well, these are good. Did you get some work
Big,
in?
small.
Did you get some work in a headphone small?
Yeah, but we gotta get a splitter.
Big, small, mall.
I've asked him 4 times for a splitter, and
Boy, that shirt looks great on video, Mark.
No,
I like it.
Blue.
You know, I'm getting compliments all over the place about this shirt. It's like the best shirt I've ever
Dan,
It's a nice shirt.
Oh, thanks.
this one won't come apart.
You know who's got the best shirts out there, but I know how much they cost because I looked into them years ago. Fucking Charlie Sheen on that 3.5 Men.
You like them?
Those shirts are my favorite.
Get some at Guineas R Us.
Dan, it won't let it split.
Kitties are us, yeah.
I can say it. I'm a Guinea.
I had when I was in South Jersey, I had a pair of aqua silk pants that were pretty wild, man.
Hey.
I don't think I could pull them off now.
This won't come apart.
It's here?
Owner of Bellarmine Fencing for Line 4.
Okay, this is okay. You want to go? You go the little one. I'll get another one for that.
Big.
I don't know.
Take care of everybody else.
Yeah, Bill.
Yes.
We have owner of a company wanting to come on, so I would start with 2 and 4 when you take calls.
He's the one for that thing.
Ah, yes, it's Tuesday. Welcome to the show. My name's Mark Major, and as you know, this is the only show of its kind. We solve problems, we answer questions. We take your complaints, we try to make your life just a little bit better, and that's how we do it around here. In fact, to the tune, you realize Tom started this over 40 years ago, to the tune of $200 million in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services directly brought back due to this show. Now, on top of that, there is so much monetary gain in recovery we can't even calculate because we don't know what happens. You might have heard 1,000,000 times on this show, don't buy a used car unless you get it checked out. And you actually did get it checked out, and then what happened? You didn't buy it because it was a turd, maybe. That money we have no way of calculating, but that's what this show's about. Today's going to be an exciting day. I'm going to tell you why. We've got a great attorney in studio with me. Mark Kranak has been on the referral list for years and years and years, and he can answer an array of questions. Mark, you do a little of everything, but what is your specialty?
I do a lot of criminal defense, but I know how to sue insurance companies, too. I also know how to sue the credit bureaus. Most of what I do is criminal defense. But, yeah, I've been doing this for over 2 decades.
A lot of people say that. What do I do if someone puts something on my credit report that shouldn't be there? simply should not be there. You can't do much about it in small claims court. Well, I guess you could, depending on the circumstance, but you can't go after credit slander in small claims court. So you do stuff like that.
Yeah, I know how to sue the credit bureaus, and I know about...
Is it mostly for slander?
Yeah, so it would be a situation where someone has inaccurate, derogatory information on their credit report.
That's right.
And then they won't, and then so you have to dispute it with the credit bureau.
And we'll talk about damages there, because a lot of times you still have to have damages to go after something, correct?
Yeah, and so the damages can run the gamut, but usually in the cases you're dealing with people who have this inaccurate information on there for years, and it's not removed. And so what are the damages? Well,
lots of things.
Lots of they can't get loans, can't get an
apartment,
can't close on a house,
can't refi. They could have got a worse interest rate on a house, and over the years, instead of getting say 4%, they got a 8% loan. That 4% calculated over the years could be part of the damages.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of ways to look at that. We'll talk about that. 303 Martino, by the way. I promise I'll always let you know when a line's open. We also have some new referral list members I want to welcome to the show. I think they've both been longtime listeners, though. Greg Shireman and Jake Scott. They're both with Clear Creek Investigations. They're the PIs. You need someone served. You need to track down a deadbeat that owes you money. You need to go after someone for a garnishment. Or, how about this? I bet one you guys get all the time is this. Is my spouse cheating on me? Is that a big one? Guys, hit that button. Jump in. Uh-oh. We have mic problems right off the bat. Lord have mercy. We're going to try to get that settled, but we're going to go back to that. 303-713-8255. I've got to catch everybody up on a couple things. One, Spa Palace, we're going to be talking about them in a little bit. I'll probably do that, I don't know, at the 10:30, maybe a little before. I'm hoping to get them back on. We had an issue Friday with them. They took a deposit from a 71-year-old woman, and I saw the contract. It says no refunds. They did nothing illegal. I would argue, in my opinion, it was immoral, but they took $1,500 or $1,600 down for a deposit, and 15 hours later, the woman wanted out, and they decided not to. Now, the reason I'm going to bring it up is because a guy in Pennsylvania emailed me, and I can't wait to tell you what this clown thought, but we'll get into that. But I need to catch everybody up because we have Amanda on the line. If you recall, Geraldine last week called in. Tom and I talked to her. Her son bought a car from Justin. Justin did not own the car. Well, I guess in a way he owned it, but the title was in his brother's name, Kyle. Is that right, Deputy Dan? There's so many names involved here.
Yes, it was in Kyle's name, and Justin, he had
right.
already signed it over.
So
correct.
Justin apparently had to get Kyle to sign it. So Geraldine's kid at some point has a title in his hand, but apparently Kyle's wife, Amanda, who's on the phone with us, grabbed the title, ripped it out of their hands, and shoved it down her bra. And this poor guy was out $2,400, and he's got a car that he can't register anywhere. I don't make this stuff up. Welcome to the show. 303-713-8255. So, Amanda, when did she leave us a message, Suzanne, this morning? What happened
That
here?
would be a question for Dan, Mark.
Deputy Dan, how did she contact us?
Yeah, she left a message, and then I gave her a call back, and so I talked to her this morning.
Who was the mother that was on Friday? Let's throw another name into this.
I can't remember her name.
Yeah, so their mother, Justin and Kyle's mother, came on Friday and basically said Justin is the good kid and Kyle is the entire problem here, to sum it up. So let's do this. Amanda, what do you have to say about this? And I've got to ask you something more importantly. Did your husband sign this over so Geraldine's kid at least has a title that's signed now?
We did. We signed it over on Saturday.
Excellent. You know what? That was the main goal of this. The main goal of everything was getting that thing signed. So we appreciate your husband finally getting that done, but you wanted to come on and talk about something else.
Yes.
Well, have at it.
So Kaylin is my mother-in-law who was on the phone Friday with you guys.
Yep.
Yes. So
she didn't like you, by the way.
Oh, no, she doesn't like me. She hasn't liked me for the 3 years I've been with her son.
Got it.
I've come to terms with it. It's okay.
Okay.
I'm not the crazy one here. It's okay. No, so we swapped cars. There was stuff wrong with the 96 Talon that was sold.
Yep.
there were things wrong. So Justin was supposed to get my husband's permission before selling the car because we were going to disclose everything that was wrong with the car.
You sold it as is, so it really doesn't matter. But go ahead. I mean, they have the car now. Did you guys do any work to it?
No, we took it to, before we sold it, before it was sold, we took it to our mechanic all the time to get stuff fixed on it.
Do you know if it passed emissions? Another one of their claims, Geraldine's claims, was it wouldn't pass emissions.
It did not.
Okay.
And I'm going to believe Geraldine on this, on what happened, because I wasn't there, but Geraldine was.
So what did Geraldine say that happened?
Geraldine said that it was something was overdone, and then it dropped coolant all over the floor.
Okay.
And smoke everywhere.
All right.
But we signed the title, so we signed the yellow car title. I call it the yellow car. It's the yellow car to me.
Yeah.
We signed that car over to Justin.
Got it.
And then he signed over his 92 Eagle Talon, the black car.
Yeah, but neither of you went down and registered it, right? That's how we ended up like this.
We registered ours.
But he didn't register the Talon.
Correct.
Okay, well, now that the title's signed over, though, let me ask you this. Are you guys going to do anything if it doesn't pass emissions?
My husband and me will work with them if they want to. They don't want contact with us, though.
Well, okay, that's fair enough. If that's actually true, if Kyle and yourself are willing to help them out, because technically, you understand, if you sign that title over... Oh, by the way, was it the original title, or did you have to go get a lost title?
We had to get a duplicate title.
So you got a duplicate. What happened? Did you actually shove the original down your bra as a claim?
No, because if you go look, we met at a gas station up in wherever they live.
Yeah.
I don't even remember where they live.
So, but what happened, though? What happened to the title? Are you saying they left with the title and then just made this whole thing up?
No, what we did was we were up there, and I handed it to Geraldine.
Yeah.
Geraldine handed it back to me, and we were talking, and it was raining, so yes, I stuck it in my hoodie so it didn't get wet.
When did you give them a bill of sale, by the way?
No, we did the legal thing through the legal paperwork through motor vehicle.
When did you do?
Motor vehicle wanted.
When did you do that?
Saturday at U.S. Bank up in Brighton.
And then we had 2 holidays. Boy, you better hope that thing passes emissions now. I mean, technically, you sold it Saturday.
Yep.
All right, so you guys are going to step up if it needs some work just to pass emissions. I don't expect you to make it perfect, but if it won't pass emissions, you and Kyle will step up and do what needs to be done.
Yes.
I love that. Hey, I appreciate it. I don't know how much further we can go. I mean, we got it done. Deputy Dan, am I missing anything?
Did she say she gave a bill of sale on Saturday?
Yeah.
On Saturday, you have an original bill of sale from Kyle.
She's saying whatever they did at the DMV, they got it handled Saturday. It looks like they sold this vehicle technically Saturday. The title was signed over, and then some other paperwork was done Saturday.
So that's great. You're right. Then they got 3 days to get it.
They got 3 days, so we need to get in touch with them, make sure they can do that. Angie, do me a favor, make sure we mark that call, send it to me, because if they want to come back and not do anything, we're going to have some issues. She just acknowledged they wouldn't. They sound like great people now. I mean, the whole thing was about as nutty as it got. But we'll go from there. Let's see. Emma, what's going on with you, Emma?
Sorry?
Yes, Emma, how can we help you?
Oh, I called in last week about an issue I was having with the fence company.
What was it? Go ahead, Dan.
This is the fence that Emma said she did a really bad job on it, and we got a hold of Ryan, the owner of the fence company, Bellaroo, and he should be on also.
Okay, hold on. We got to take a break. Emma, I'll bring you back up as soon as we come back from break. But Deputy Dan, let me ask you something. Is this the one that we sent someone out to look at the fence, or we saw pictures later on?
He sent some pictures.
He sent some pictures. Right. So did she.
Correct.
But hers had a little twist to them.
Well,
did they have a twist or not?
They don't match.
They don't match. Interesting. We'll dig into that. 303-713-8255. Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. Mark Machowski's the owner. He is a great guy. He's down there. Right now, they've got a transmission special. Ready? They will actually drop the pan. They'll put the new gasket on, or they'll reseal it. New fluid, new filter on most transmissions, $119. And it gets better. If it doesn't fix whatever issue you're having with the transmission, and if you just want it done because it's due, that's great. But if you have any transmission issue, and It does not solve it. They'll apply that $119 to whatever repair you need. You can't beat it. $119. Call up a dealership. If you're sitting out there on a Mitsubishi or a Nissan or a Toyota, call up a dealership and see how much an automatic transmission service is. You're going to be shocked. $200-300 in a lot of cases. Machowski will do it for $119. Here's the other thing I love about these guys. If you do need a transmission, they're going to give you a great price, a great deal. They also do all auto repairs across the board. You can also do fine, fix, or free. You have any problem outside of a transmission, $89 plus parts will fix it. If they can't fix it for that, you won't pay anything for the diagnostics, and they'll send you down the road and give you an estimate, of course. Budget A1 transmission and auto repairs on our referral list at referrallist.com. 303-781-9858, 303-781-9858.
I've seen that. This might be the new record.
What's the list of all his lives that you guys have? He's got to say on.
I can't miss anymore. I missed one coming in.
So, I'm Jake.
Oh, Jake, Dan.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
Dan.
to meet
Are you
you.
the engineer?
No, I'd like to just run the video.
I forwarded the pictures, but Dan,
Actually, he is an engineer.
Yeah.
I forwarded the pictures from the fencer.
I got them all.
You got everything you need.
Got everything.
That's all I need to know. Okay, and this still isn't fixed.
No.
Is that what we're
So
signing
he
up?
has to go over here.
God.
Yeah. So, and I
wonder why it's not fixed.
because it's connected over here.
And you can dump
on here.
line one
But
bit.
see how they pulled the headphones out of here too? Like they're not gonna do anything.
Well, the headphones are here, and this usually goes here. But I just wonder why this isn't fixed.
Okay,
How is
so
that a headphone?
so Ryan from Belarus sounds like a really good guy. I mean, he's the owner of it. And in a nutshell, this fence looks
How is there no Larson tax relief?
So what it is, she sent these pictures that shows the fence is all crappy.
Yeah.
That she says, oh yeah, look at the crappy job, you owe $1,400. This is the after he went out and fixed it. Here, I gotta cut it right here. Yeah, no, it does. She sent the pictures before they went out there and did it. And we get this.
They can repair most ACL tears with a needle instead of a before you have
I'll show you this.
Is he a referral list?
Nope. Nope.
Who is it?
Ryan from Belarus.
What's the deal with that? Give me a quick little story.
So there's Emma sent like say it's like this here. Oh yeah, this here they replaced all that. There's just shows a 2x4. They put a 4x4 in there. So they did this, and he had a crew out there that they didn't really like working for it anyway. He did a bad job. He went out and redid it, but she called in and said the job was terrible, and she sent all these pictures
Oh my God.
in there.
Oh, that is.
But he already.
Did she ever send us any other pictures?
Just no. Yeah, she sent us the original.
She never sent us the after.
No, he did.
I understand that. Why do you?
Nice to
Did
meet
he
you.
come out after she sent those pictures?
No, he went out and
I
took
think I've
pictures,
talked to you guys on the phone
but
before.
he had already replaced it.
We've called up there.
Yeah.
I love what you do.
No, Dan, what I'm
I love
saying
the
is,
investigations here, but to do it.
oh my God, why are these so funky? Why is he killing me with
Yeah, I
these?
bet.
Some cases are more interesting than others.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
true.
No,
Same thing
Brent
here.
Ivinson today, so you can do him whenever.
Yeah, it's the same thing here. Sometimes you get women shoving stuff down their shirts, and sometimes you don't.
Right. And then they say, or why would that mom say that if she didn't do it?
Well, and then she said, "Oh, I did stuff it in. I did tuck it into my shirt
So it didn't
because
get
it was
wet.
raining, so it wouldn't get wet." She probably did it very dramatic.
Right.
Wish there was a way we could save you some of the calls we get in, listening to some of the
Yeah.
Oh.
tinfoil hats and.
Hey, we've had a guy.
Oh yeah,
You've had shit like that?
Yeah.
It's,
Oh man, we literally had a tinfoil hat guy show up here.
Did you really?
He had tinfoil in his house.
He did.
Over the windows.
He literally had it all over his windows. No joke, man.
oh my gosh.
And they let him. He snuck back into the building about a month after he basically got the axe, or not the axe, but he got kicked out.
Yeah.
His rolls.
To retrieve it?
Costco tinfoil.
Oh my Lord, have mercy.
About ready to invest in it.
Well, we get a lot of requests too that come in at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you gotta wonder.
Drunk.
Yeah, drunk and with
The drunk
ex-spouse
dialing.
or
Yeah.
it's a good idea. I'm drunk. Let's call it PI. Probably my ex-wife.
Right.
Yeah.
And that.
Yeah, she's doing it, so go back to bed. Click.
Yeah.
Dan, I'm going to ask you a favor. At some point, I don't really care when because I got a long time, but I need Larson phone number and website, just from referral list, get it from there, and Revitalized, I need same thing on the referral list. I have no copy on them. How about a solar company you can send a picture to your house to? Listen to this. You call up Cam Solar right now, or you can go to gocamsolar.com/troubleshooter. You can see our landing page. But gocamsolar.com. Check this out. Within 20 minutes, you can find out how much energy you could save, how much you can cut those electric bills. This is what I love about these guys. Within 20 minutes, they can give you a free site evaluation, and it's all over the phone. And if you're a good candidate, you can save a lot of money. They'll come out. They'll give you a full-blown estimate on anything you need, how much you can save. These guys are great. They've been in business, Texas, Colorado, for a long time. GoCamSolar.com. You can check them out, but call them up right now. It's really cool. They'll pull up your address. They have this, I don't even know what it's called. It's a bird's eye view. They can tell the placement of your house, the elevation of your house, the pitch of your roof, and how many panels you can put up, and how much money you can save. 720-449-2935. Cam Solar, there's no better way to do it. Just see, it doesn't hurt anything. It takes 20 minutes of your time. It's a great phone call. You can see how much you can save. 720-449-2935. Absolutely great people. All right. Let's hop right back. Where were we? Where'd we leave off?
With Emma.
Emma sent us pictures of a fence that it looked horrible. Emma, you sent them in. It looked absolutely horrible. What's going on with the situation right now?
I mean, they did come back and do some fixes, so the gate doesn't look like that anymore. That was just a reference point of what it looked like when I came home to what was supposedly a finished job.
What's wrong with the gate? Have I seen a new picture? Have you sent us new pictures of what they fixed?
I haven't sent a new picture, but I mean, the old picture, there was wood from our own burn pile in the backyard.
Now, hold on a second. Deputy Dan, I was under the impression that the picture that she sent in was before they did any work at all.
After they did the original fence, and then after she complained, Ryan went out there and redid all the errors in the fence.
So, okay, but Emma, you're saying he did not redo all the errors? There's still issues?
Well, he fixed them with ability, but didn't redo a full corner. There was a 2x4 in as a post before.
Yeah.
And I pointed that out, and he said, yes, that should be a 4x4. So he put the 4x4 in and curved the entire fence. So it's not a straight fence at all. It's just their fixes aren't complete fixes.
So what else needs to be done on it? I'm going to go to Ryan in a minute. He's on the other line, but what else, while he's listening, needs to be done?
Well, I have already stated this to him at my home.
Well, tell us.
I'm not happy about the curvature of that fence, and he gives.
So you're saying it's not straight. Legitimately, you're saying the fence is not straight.
Yeah, it has a major curve to it.
All right, hold on. Hey, Ryan Finn, he's the owner of Bellaroo Fencing. She's saying the fence simply isn't straight. What say you, Ryan?
There's one section where it is crooked, but it's a section that she wasn't even supposed to get anyway.
What do you mean? It was like a freebie you threw in, or what?
It wasn't necessarily that we threw it in. She happened to catch the builders in a point where they weren't able to get a hold of me and said that she wanted a section done that was not previously approved. They went ahead and built it. They didn't build it correctly, which really irritated me, and I let them have it.
Did she pay for it?
She did not pay for it.
Emma, is that correct?
Well, what he's saying is not correct. I never talked to any of his crew about that portion of the fence. I never spoke to to them besides hi and bye.
Do we have the, I'm sorry, do we have the actual contract on this? Does the contract lay out where the fence is going to be done? I mean, it's pretty simple. If the contract was done right, Ryan and Emma, it would state what's going to be done, and that was either part of the scope of the work or not.
You should have a copy of the invoice, and it was not a scope of the work. It was actually an additional 8 foot, if you will.
So you're saying, I need to see this contract, but if I look at the contract, it's not going to have that part that she's talking about on it anywhere, but it will have the rest of it.
Correct.
Well, Emma, what do you say to that? I mean, if that's correct, I still, you know, there's still an issue we got to get through. But basically, he's saying at one point you asked them to do some extra work. They couldn't get a hold of them. They went ahead and did it, and it wasn't done right. He admits that, but his side is you didn't even pay for that part.
They never asked. That's not, I didn't want it like that. I came home and they had added that whole 8-foot portion.
What was there before?
It's a corner of a shed, so it was supposed to line up to the corner of the shed, and they ran it all the way along the corner of the shed, and that wasn't what I wanted. They never called me to ask me what to do about it.
So you would be
communication.
Fair enough, Emma, but you would be happy if they just did it what the contract says. Is that correct?
Yeah, but I mean, at this point, I'd be happy if they would just leave me alone and stop harassing me and threatening my roommate's occupation.
Well, what is your roommate's occupation? You sparked my interest there.
My roommate is a 4th grade teacher in a failing Aurora school district, and I got a text from Ryan's account manager, Tom, and he told me, you can let your roommate know she is involved now, too. We will let her school district know that you two are ripping off companies.
I'm assuming, Ryan, you haven't been paid yet.
We have not been paid. She still owes us an outstanding balance of like $1,400 and some change, and it's not an account manager. That's actually my partner in the business.
How much was the whole job, Ryan?
Just shy of $3,000. You know what? I should have pulled my head out of my rear and looked that up before I even came on there.
$2,888.
An 8-foot of fence, though, how much do you think that would be, Emma? How much do you think you owe him?
How much do I?
How much do you think you still owe him?
I mean, I told him that I would give him $500 if he left my property so I could use the remaining money to hire a trustworthy company to come do the
if he's okay, I'm gonna cut to this. First of all, Ryan, are you willing to do it exactly as your contract says if you're going to get paid in full?
Absolutely. That's
okay,
exactly
well,
what we did.
Emma, that's what needs to be done. Let him come over and do it according to the contract. Get rid of that 8-foot section, build it straight, do it according to contract, but you've got to pay him. And if you don't pay him at that point, he's going to lien your property.
But why would I trust a company that's come out multiple times to my property to fix things?
Emma, I don't know. I'm a little curious, and I'm a consumer advocate, but I'm a little curious why the pictures you sent us aren't the same. You kind of sent us pictures before he fixed it, alluding that he never did anything. Dan, am I crazy here?
No, yeah, that's exactly right, Emma. You never said anything on those pictures that they were no longer like that. You said this is how the fence was left.
I should have specified that those were
fair enough.
You think? As to where it first came when I first came home.
Fair enough. But you got to give him an opportunity to fix it. And Ryan, I'm sure your partner won't send any emails out or anything else, right?
I've given him multiple opportunities to come over.
How many times? How many times have they come over? You said they fixed the gate.
Well, I mean, there have been times where they've entered my property without my knowledge as well, so I don't really know.
Emma, what do you think's going to happen here? Ryan, what are your intentions? Let's go back to that. They haven't paid you. What are your intentions?
At this point, we're going to file in court, and we're going to lien the property.
See, okay, Emma, that's where you're going here. I'm trying to work something out that's fair. So if you're not going to let them come over, 8 foot, if it's a $2,900 job and 8 feet screwed up, I cannot justify in my brain, no matter how I look at it, you withholding well over $1,000. It doesn't make sense.
I never said I was not going to pay them.
Okay.
I'm happy to pay for a job well done, and I also
but you won't let it. You just said you won't let them do it
because I'm scared of them.
Okay.
threatened myself.
All right, Emma, you're gonna get what's called a 10-day intent to lien. I can already tell what Ryan's going to do. I don't know why you're going down this road. I, honest to God, have no idea why you're going down this road. You're making life very hard on yourself. If he actually did the work, if you don't want him there anymore, come up with a fair settlement. Ryan, what would you take the way it is right now, knowing that it's not the way she wants it? What is a fair, if for you to walk and her to walk, how much?
Mark, to be honest with you, we're already upside down. Even if she pays our bill in full, we're upside down between labor, materials, and everything else. We've gone out there.
That's not her fault, nor Ryan. That's not her fault, my fault, or anybody else's. All I'm asking you right now is, if she said, "I'll give you $1,000," that would give you a total of $2,400 instead of $28,800. Would you walk and not have to deal with her anymore?
No. As a matter of principle, we wouldn't even do that.
A matter of principle? Well, that's not smart. Ryan, I swear to God, that's not smart. I'm trying to help you and educate her at the same time. You need to move a little too, man. There's 8 feet that is not done to the contract. You even said it was crooked.
Yeah, but that's 8 feet that was not paid for and was not included in the contract. We're more than welcome. We're more than happy to remove that 8 feet.
The original job, will you do it the right way then?
If we remove the 8 feet and close it off, yeah, absolutely.
Emma, are you going to let him do that? I mean, I'm at a loss here. You both are hard-headed. You guys both got into this thing has gotten so personal it's become outrageous. But, Emma, I'm going to give you real advice. You're going to be the one facing a 10-day there, not him. When's the last time he was over there working? Maybe he's outside of the scope of leaning.
The last time he was there?
Yeah, well, if it was last week, it's not going to matter. I mean, it's well within.
No, it wasn't last week.
So my suggestion is you let him do it. Maybe you have a friend over while he fixes it. How long of a fix is it, Ryan?
It's literally the removal of 8 feet of fence. It's
how long?
It'll take about 5 minutes.
Oh, come on, Emma. You got to let him do a 5-minute thing.
Well, I wasn't aware that it would take 5 minutes. Last I heard from him, he wasn't willing.
Okay, but he is now. And Emma, if he doesn't do it at this point and do it exactly like the contract, you've got him literally on the air saying he will. You'd win in court any day.
Okay.
Hey, Mark.
Yes, Ryan.
I think we missed the point.
Okay, tell me the point I missed, Ryan.
The point, and I'm sorry, maybe you just glanced over and I didn't hear it. But the point that she's complaining about right now is an 8-foot section of fence that she didn't order. She's now saying that she didn't want, but she told my guys, we can't debate that regardless, okay? She didn't pay for it. She got it essentially for free.
But she
and
didn't.
now she's basically complaining that it's not the way that she wants
Ryan, but the problem is that 8-foot is not what she, let's say it isn't what she wanted, okay? Let's go with what she's saying. It's not what she wanted. When you remove that 8-foot, does it back right up to the shed? Is it going to make sense? Or is there going to be basically a walkthrough in the fence?
We would have to cap it off.
Okay, that's my whole point. But you're willing to go over, remove the 8-foot, and cap it off, right?
Yep.
There's nothing I glanced over.
And Ryan, you were the one who said that your guys did the wrong job. It sounds like they did it without looking at the contract. It sounds like they did that 8-foot of fence without even asking.
He acknowledged that. And whether she asked or not doesn't even matter. It's just got to be fixed. He needs to be paid at this point. So, Emma, Ryan, I mean, I'm not sure where to go from here. Make sure we have Emma's information. You know, Ryan came on the air. He acknowledged that wasn't supposed to be done, and he's acknowledging he can fix it, cap it off in 5 minutes. Mark, what do you think? Kranak, you're an attorney. I mean, if this went in front of a judge at this point, she's screwed.
I'd say so.
So what do you do? I mean, you come up with something.
Well, it sounds like what he did is he added fence that wasn't contracted for, right?
Yep.
She claims it wasn't done right. He said, I'll go out and remove it.
All right. All right, I've got to take a break. I'm going to have Angie killing me here. Listen to this one, though. Find, fix, or free. You know who it is? It's Plumbline Services. Listen to this. A licensed, bonded, and insured electrician to your house or business for any reason to fix your problem for $149. Now, what do I mean? Let's say you've had a light fixture out forever. Let's say one of the GFIs haven't worked forever in your house. Any electrical problem, it doesn't matter what it is, they'll come out, you know, no extra charges, $149, and fix it. And if they can't fix it for the $149, let's say it's something crazy, like your entire panel's out or something outrageous, they won't charge you a nickel. They'll give you a free estimate, and it'll be a good estimate, well priced, because they want your business. But I can't stress enough, $149, licensed, bonded, insured electrician. Think about this. If you've had that one problem that's been bugging you forever, now worst scenario, $149. If they can't do it for that, you don't even pay a service fee or a service call. You pay nothing, $0 or $149, and it's fixed. Plumbline Services, 303-586-1086, 303-586-1086, or plumlineservices.com.
This.
Okay, Plumline, done. Cam Solar, done. Guys, chime in. You got to jump in.
Okay.
I never will have time to really ask you when it's a day like today. Just jump in. If you got something, then I'll say, hey, that's so and so, and jump in. Is his mic working now, though?
Yeah.
He's just
He
got to
has
use
to
yours.
reach over.
And then your mic, Dan.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I totally stole.
We're sharing.
Say my piece.
Sharon.
You want me to help you catch up on those?
Do a couple radio announcements.
It's crazy.
Visa, MasterCard accepted.
There's so many. There's so many. I mean, I'm not complaining, but it's just insanity.
Do you take the referral fee out as an auto withdrawal?
I don't know how she's doing it.
She does.
Usually that's how it is, unless you have it set up as a.
Oh, I don't have a Centeno.
I had an auto withdrawal, but it hasn't come out yet. We're just
Sometimes, did your credit card change or expire or something? Well, we can ask her. I will ask
probably the
her.
holiday too. I just want to make sure.
Yeah. It usually is an auto. It automatically does it. Does it usually do it on the first?
We did it on the 31st.
Okay.
What did Nancy call in for? Do we know?
And she did. Everything was switched over to.
No, I think Suzanne said you just want to do it for the Colorado Springs because they came on before or after Colorado Springs was already off there.
I'm just curious.
And then
the auto withdrawal portion of the card that you guys take out for because of the holiday thing has been taken.
Usually hits on the 31st.
Oh, it hits on the 31st. Let me look real quick. I can remote down and look. Okay. Dan, Geraldine called. They're going to go try to get an emissions right now, and if it fails, yes, they do want them to fix it.
Excellent.
Well, all they got to do is make sure it passes emissions. They were talking about cooling all over the place at one place.
Okay.
I mean, they bought a $2,400 car.
I just want to make sure that they did get a bill of sale.
It sounds like they did. Well, she said whatever. The DMV has a very generic bill of sale. I assume they did. Here's what throws me off, though. I didn't know DMV was open on Saturday.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
I never thought of it.
Well, is it for everything or just?
I'm not sure about for everything.
Probably no drivers. Maybe it's just for car purchases.
Yeah. Probably not driver's license.
Which makes sense because that's a big day.
You have a certain amount of time.
I was in Grand Lake in Grand County, and I was there with my friend. She was doing some research, and I needed to get my new driver's license, but I had gone. It was like a 3-hour wait. I'm like, I'm in Grand County. The guy's sitting there at his desk, and it says driver's license.
Yeah.
And I stopped, and I looked at it, and I go,
like
can you do your driver's license anywhere in state? He goes, did you have the right information? I go, what do I need? He goes, your driver's license. I said, I was in and out in 3 minutes. He kept saying, don't smile, and I couldn't. I was like,
That's how it used to be in Georgetown, because the county seats there for Clifton County. You can still do vehicle registrations there, but the driver's license is over in Frisco now, so now it's like, you
It's not that long either.
I don't know.
but in Grand County, it was like nobody was waiting. I was in and out in 3 minutes, and I have a smile on my face on my driver's license, which is, people always say, what? Why do you have a smile? I go,
I'm so happy
I
about
couldn't not smile.
Right.
He let me smile. I was so happy. So I'm going to go to Grand County. It's the way to go.
Yeah.
That's right, you guys are up in Georgetown. I was the traffic yesterday.
We don't go on I-70 on days like that.
I just watch all of them stuck there.
It's kind of like being on an island. You are landlocked almost, where it's like you can't, or you plan things, we go to Denver on Friday, it's Friday early, and, you know, we get back early, same thing on Sundays.
I have to go to Boulder and do nonprofit work, and I will go, I leave at 9, and to get there, because it's just after the traffic, and I always leave by 2, or I'll never, even if it's 2:15, the traffic just backs up, so it has to be, I have to be out of there by 2.
Absolutely. Same with us. They put in that extra lane, that, you know, express lane, which I guess, I don't know if I've noticed it helped a lot, but, I mean,
Sometimes it's not even
it's a Band-Aid. I mean, it's a little bit of help, maybe.
All right, you got any questions for Mark Kranak in studio with us, or our private investigators, Clear Creek Investigations. I'll try to spell that out. 303-713-8255, 303-Martino. We do have a line open. Listen, Centeno Schultz, these guys are the real stem cell deals. They've got 2 seminars coming up. One September 13th, one September 27th. Call up. And it just, if you've had any issues, if you've tried other stuff, you don't want to go through surgery, you want to see if stem cells work, these are the leading guys in the country. They do it the real way. They harvest your own stem cells, and they use a needle, a guided needle, a registered nurse, the whole bit to put it back in. These are not these chiropractors that, you know, crack backs in the front. They sell stem cells out the backside of their shop, and then, you know, frozen steaks and speakers as well. These are the real deal. What they do is stem cells. They're the best at it. In fact, Centeno is basically the leading guy in the country. Go to one of these seminars and check it out. Remember, September 13th, September 27th. You can call them, sign up right now, 303-963-9201, 303-963-9201. That's Centeno Schultz. You can always find them on our referral list at referrallist.com. Kelly, what's going on with you?
Hi. I'm in a situation where I'm renting an apartment, and unfortunately we wound up with a wasp or some kind of hornet infestation in our 2 bedrooms. My daughter and I are now out of the place that's uninhabitable, and we're in the hotel, and we're having to pay all of our expenses. And
did the landlord agree that you could leave, or where does the landlord stand on this if we talk to them?
I did let them know, and they are aware that we are in the hotel. Our issue that we're having is they haven't reimbursed us. They know that, I mean, we're literally at the point right now where we have our hotel paid till tomorrow morning, and they're not.
Did they agree to pay for it?
They did. They haven't yet. They didn't. They said that they will reimburse us the money. We've told them on several occasions, hey, we're completely tapped out of our finances. I mean, paying a couple $1,000s so far now. We're going into the second week. And
have you tried to turn in the receipts for what you've paid already just to get enough to continue? And the other question is, are they actually fumigating? Are they taking care of the problem? When's the problem going to be fixed?
Well, they're supposed to go in for a third treatment and inspection today that I requested I be present.
Excellent. Well, whether you're present or not, who cares if they take care of it? I mean, let's stick to the real stuff here.
Absolutely. So as far as handing in the receipts, we've been trying to do so. We've been trying, and I know it was a holiday weekend. The lady in the office yesterday just was, you know, I don't know anything about it.
How much is it per day? Like tomorrow, when you said your finances are diluted, I mean, you're completely out of money tomorrow, or what?
Yeah, literally, we are completely out of the money to prepay. We've been in the hotel since last Saturday.
How much is it?
And it's well, mine for the first week was $1,100, and my daughter's was the same, and now we've paid.
Why wouldn't you be in the same room? Why is there two different rooms?
Well, the reason why we have the two separate ones are she's an adult too, and I work night shift, and we are both.
Did they agree to pay for both?
They did.
Okay. They agreed to the $1,100. So let's do this. Deputy Daff, let's call over there. We're going to get the information. Where is this place? What's it called?
It's Dartmouth Woods Apartments.
Dartmouth Woods. It seems like they're going to pay. I mean, so really, you're not kidding. They acknowledge they're going to pay for 2 rooms, $1,100 apiece per week.
Right.
Okay, well, I guess...
And I specifically asked them that. I said, hey, I just want to clear it before we go in and rent all these things. I said,
Deputy Daff, if you get the clearance that these guys are going to pay for at least 1 room, from the apartment complex, if they agree 100%, but they're waiting for corporate or something along those lines, let me know, and maybe we can help her out in the interim. Got it? You're reading between the lines there? All right, hang tight, Kelly, all right?
Sure. Thank you.
You know, what do you guys make of that? Honestly, Mark Kranak, jump in.
Yeah, I mean, mostly what I do is criminal defense, but I know a little bit about landlord-tenant law, and it sounds like the landlord's on it. I mean, they said they're in there, she said, a 3rd time to do pest control, first of all.
And we're talking things that sting you. I mean, these aren't like little issues.
Well, and I think the rule on a repair request is they have to do it within a reasonable amount of time. Reasonable depends on what's going on. So if there's 1 burner out and a 4-burner stove, they probably have, a while to get over there and do it. If you got a wasp hornet's nest in there, they better get over quickly. But she said they've been over there. They're for the 3rd time now, and they've promised to reimburse her for the hotel. So at this point, I don't see the problem.
Well, the problem is she's going to be out of money tomorrow. Hey, Brian, you're a pest control expert. How long does it take to get rid of these things?
24 hours.
24. Hold on. That adds a whole new kind of question into there. 303-713-8255. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. Helpforringing.com. Tom went to these folks years and years ago, and they changed his life. If you're sick and tired of hearing that ringing in your ears, or if you have hearing loss, you call Dr. Patty and Dr. Lisa. They'll do free hearing exams. But this new tinnitus treatment, I say new, it's been around for over a year. But if you haven't been checked out or your tinnitus checked out for a few years, call them up. They might be able to get rid of it. I mean, literally be able to get rid of it. So they're both audiologists. They're great. Dr. Patty, Dr. Lisa, they've been with us a long, long time. Tom personally uses them. They're great, great people. And, you've got to check it out if you suffered with tinnitus for a long time. The other thing is they have some of the best hearing aids. I mean, stuff that's futuristic. I mean, I don't need a hearing aid right now, but you should see the one Tom has. They are so tiny you can't see them. They charge. They have Bluetooth. They have all kinds of stuff. But they have the top-of-the-line stuff. You can check them out free of charge, 303-534-0163. Quit putting it off. 303-534-0163.
Mr. Tony is brought to you by Lowe's. For the most part, the highway drive in the metro area are wide open, with the exception of a couple spots up on the north end, southbound I-25.
If that lady got it signed by that apartment complex, saying that they would do it, is that one worker said.
Well, it sounds so the pest control guy who called up said that he can exterminate them immediately 24 hours, so I wonder why it's taking them like
maybe
3rd visit.
Maybe they're only grabbing what's literally in her unit, not where they're coming in from outside. I mean, there's something going on.
It's really, I think, difficult to exterminate bed bugs.
Did she say wasps or...
I think she said wasps, yeah.
But people get confused.
Bed bugs are tough because a lot of times people are bringing them in, or next-door neighbors got them, and in the complex.
They're that vivacious where they can get into the next apartment over.
Oh yeah, they migrate, and they're really they're sneaky.
Generally, what happens?
They're resilient too.
Think of if someone was a hooker or something. She's getting them all the time, keeps bringing them back into the same apartment in different ways. We had a caller who called them, ear hitchhikers or something like that. But he had them for so long. He's a homeless guy that calls occasionally, but he's had them so long he's used to it. They're like part of him. Isn't that weird?
I flip out. I can't sleep from mosquitoes in my room. I can't. I hear it, I'm done.
Mosquitoes aren't bad out here, are they?
No, I live right on the lake.
Pests in general aren't bad out here. I don't think I've seen a rat since I've been here.
I don't think I've ever seen a rat here. I've seen mice.
But Concept, New York, are you walking around there? There's like rats.
I was born in upstate New York.
No, upstate.
South Jersey, New York. Lightning bugs are non-existent here, which I find odd. I love lightning bugs. As a kid, we'd capture them.
I miss the cicadas. Hearing some of them at night, that's nice.
We've got, out where I live, we've got bobcats, we've got deer, we got wild turkey. Turkeys are everywhere right now. They're pretty wild, man. They're so big and they can fly up into the trees. That's where they stay at night. And it's just baffling to me how they can get off the ground. They're so fat.
I was on a case in Nebraska where I came around a corner in the middle of nowhere, co-op places, you know. I was coming around the corner. I was kind of in a hidden valley, and it looked like a Volkswagen was coming at me. It was a turkey. I was like, holy God, they're big, you know.
People using Zoom video conferencing. Turn any size conference room, huddle room, or executive office into a Zoom room with flawless HD video, crystal clear audio, and instant wireless sharing. It'll even work with your existing hardware. Start your meetings with a single touch. Or
oh man, that's going to be a quick one.
Start meeting. Huddle happy. Visit Zoom.us to set up your free Zoom room trial today. That's Zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
Is your credit score preventing you from buying a home? Maybe it's stopping you from refinancing to a better rate. Hey guys, it's Ross Kaminsky, and I'm here to tell you there is more to mortgage approval than your credit score. So if you've been denying a loan based on credit score alone, well, you called the wrong lender. At American Financing, they offer custom loan programs, down payment assistance, and in-house underwriting.
Pretty sure I knew this kid when he was a kid, Ross.
Pretty sure what?
I knew him when he was a kid.
Who?
Ross Kaminsky.
Oh.
He lived all over the world.
So my parents were Marine Corps.
Okay, his were
On
Navy.
base. He was the kid next door that used to watch me wash my car.
That'd be a trip.
I think they were done.
You should have asked him. Didn't you see him coming in? Or you missed him? Although he
I called on air and I just didn't.
He's probably watched more than one person wash a car.
Funny how those military bases.
Mornings 5 to 10. How afraid should we be of manipulation by Facebook and Google and loss of privacy to them? Research psychologist Dr. Robert Epstein says very afraid. He joins us Wednesday morning.
Art of Granite coming up.
You're on 6:30 now.
All right, Troubleshooter Trivia. Who came to America in 2003? $300 in his pocket, no English, no family, no friends. Think of how scary that would be, but he did it. Guess what? Mitch Floria, Art of Granite, one of the best guys out there. He made his way from New York to Colorado. He learned to fabricate granite from one of the best out there. Fast forward to now. He owns Art of Granite. He's married. He's an American citizen, and he does the best work out there. In fact, listen to this. If you get the kitchen done, they'll generally do the bath for free. You can call him up. I'll give you the number in a second. You can take a picture of your area, and he can give you a pretty good estimate with just a picture. It could be a lot less than what you're thinking, and you'll be the envy of the neighborhood. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919. I want to go back to Brian. Brian, you said to get rid of wasps, it's usually about 24 hours. Why would they be on their third time out there? Do you have any idea? Maybe they got rid of one nest and there's another one. What's your gut?
That's my gut. Wasps typically, depending on what type of wasp they are.
Kelly, do you know what kind of wasps they are?
I don't know. They were saying wasp, and then the other guy was saying a hornet. I'm not exactly sure.
Did they find multiple nests? Do you know that? And how long have you been out of there?
We've been out since last Saturday, so a little over a week, and it started about 2 weeks ago. We've noticed, and when I was, oh God, it was terrible. When I was sleeping, I was getting stung.
So they've been out a week, Brian. I mean, that seems like it would be a little long, right? Unless they're everywhere.
Right. Now, here's the other big question: is have they observed them going into a crack or crevice?
Oh yeah.
If that is the case, those are probably western yellow jackets, which you have to kill the nest on the inside of the cavity in there, and we do this all the time.
Why is that? What do you mean you have it compared to what? How else would you kill them?
If you spray the outside of that hole, yeah, it'll kill the few returning ones that come in to go back into their nest, and might hurt a few of them, but they will still fly. I actually have a method that you insert a specific type of chemical inside that cavity. You seal that cavity up, kills everything in there within 3 to 5 hours, and it'll be good for the next 4 months. Turns around, I also spray the exterior of that area for the returning wasps that will come back trying to reoccupy it.
Very cool. Kelly, we're trying to get through to the apartment complex, so you know. Brian, do me a favor and hold tight, too, okay?
Thank you.
We need some pest experts like that. 303-713-8255. Let's see what we can figure out for Kelly. The other thing coming up after the break, Nancy with Spa Palace. She called in. We took the call Friday after we lost the Colorado Springs audience at noon, so I want to bring that topic back up. And I actually got some hate mail on that. Can you imagine that in a million? Dan, I'm flabbergasted.
Can't imagine.
Can you imagine getting hate mail? And it wasn't even politically related. But wait till I tell you what this guy thought in Pennsylvania. He liked what they did. He literally liked what they did. Stick with us if you didn't hear Friday, because it's amazing what this guy had to say. And I still think Spa Palace. Suzanne, let's try to get them on during the intermission here. I would love to get them on. And the last thing I want to talk about this hour, then I promise we're going to hit these phones, hit them hard. We're going to talk Spa Palace, and hopefully we can help Kelly out. If we've got to maybe give her a bridge loan, we'll do that. But real quick, simplyfloorsinc.com. These guys are the best. We use them. Tom uses them. We all use them. Simplyfloorsinc.com. Simply go there. Simplyfloorsinc.com. 303-713-8255. We shall return in about 3 minutes.
Mark, you said you wanted Larson.
Fire that simply. What's that?
You wanted Larson, and who else? Do you want Denver Egress?
Say it again.
You wanted what you wanted?
I got to have something on.
Larson and Denver Egress?
Yeah, just print out their...
Okay, here, I wrote it down.
Oh, rock and roll, bro.
Is that good? There's Denver Egress.
626-422 this is good. And then Larson tax relief. No, I needed another one, too. Revitalized.
Okay.
Revitalized.
For an initial evaluation, only $50 to get a complete workup, and then the adjustments.
You want me to send that to you?
And if you get a package of just
What's that?
McCoy stuff?
Nah, because I've already talked to him, and if, you know, if he wants to follow up about that, but no, I'll get a little brief on it. 4506-720.
Well, I'll have it. I'll tell him that it's in, and I'll let him know what the police say.
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to give me a call,
anything?
So I talked to Jordan, the manager, the office manager, and she said, I'm sorry, I cannot talk to you. You are not on the lease. And I said, well, listen here. This is the deal. They're out of money. They're going to be kicked, you know, they're going to be homeless because they don't have any more money to live in the apartment. You guys said you paid for it. And she goes, there is a corporate ladder that has to be. And I said, that's fine. I said, what we'd like to know is if you guys are going to take care of this, we'll take care of them if you're going to take, you know, pay 100%. And she hung up on me. So there you go.
All right.
There's that.
It's got to clear it with corporate then.
Yep, it's all about corporate.
So what do they got to do?
She said it's going through the chain of command, and I said, well, you have a situation here where your people are going to be homeless because they can't afford to be out of the apartment any longer, and we just would like to know if you are going to pay it 100% so that we can take care of them. And then she hung up on me.
So they didn't acknowledge anything?
Pretty much no.
Why don't you get her on the line?
She won't.
No.
Oh.
Why don't you get Kelly on the line, the caller, and then see if you can conference in with them, and then that way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll have to see. There's somebody in that back room, so I'm sitting out here. I'm not sure I know how to conference in on this outdoor one. Well, let me see.
But I mean,
Well,
at
Kelly's
least
on hold.
if they can give us an acknowledgement, they're going to pay it.
Kelly's probably.
I'll put it on my credit card.
Okay. Well,
But I got to have that acknowledgement. I don't know why they did two. I found that a little strange, didn't you?
Did 2 treatments?
No.
2 rooms?
Two rooms.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it seems like a little bit excessive.
Or unless she just took it upon herself.
And they're $1,100 a week. I mean, this is not a cheap hotel. These 7-day extended stays are generally, well, I guess they're probably $700, $800. So it could be typical. I don't know. I guess it depends on the area. You guys know what La Quinta means? Next to Denny's.
I have an RV they can rent.
Yeah, there you go. You live in your camper.
Lakeside property.
Where do you live?
Georgetown.
Oh, okay. Didn't we go up to Georgetown, Dan, me and you, or not?
Georgetown? No, nothing up there.
Where did we have the blind guy? Where was that? Oh, Firestone.
Yeah. Georgetown's up by Idaho Springs.
Oh, it is? Firestone. North, Georgetown. Is it before Idaho Springs?
Just past.
Just
Next town
past.
past.
So like where you turn to go to St. Mary's Glacier?
Just further.
A little further.
It's like just before.
Oh, I know where it is. It's got that cool little lake on the left.
Yeah.
I know exactly where it is, of course. That's a beautiful town. What's the property like up there?
Cost?
Yeah. I mean, is it crazy?
Well, it's getting there.
Lowest tax, I think, rate in the state. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Gilpin County is.
Gilpin's what?
Lowest taxes.
Oh, okay.
We got the casinos.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, because they take the
I
lion's
have
share.
about 40 friends that use my P.O. box so they can register their cars.
Oh, really? Oh, because you don't have to have.
It's just state then, right?
Yeah, no emissions.
Mine's 2.9
My property
and
taxes are
3.9.
12 a year.
How much?
12 a year.
Douglas isn't bad if you're in unincorporated.
I was in Castle Rock out in Founders area when I first moved. I'll tell you what. It's like it took you another hour to get to your place on the highway.
Did you hear about that amusement park that they're supposed to be building down there around Castle Rock?
In Castle Rock?
Well, out near Castle Rock. It came across.
Is it one of those? You mean is it like a
It's
like zip line shit like that?
No, it's like I'm not quite exactly sure. It's something like Disney, but like 2 or 3 times this. It's going to be the biggest amusement park in the world.
What?
That's what I read. It was some article that came across.
I cannot believe that.
Wow, no, I don't think
We tried to do a one by gold.
I'm going to do the second Simply
It can't be
Floors.
open all year long.
Yeah.
So it's at the.
Oh no, wait. I don't see a second Simply Floors.
They're right below each other, right on top of each
Ah.
other there.
All right. Oh la 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 la. Can't wait to get to Hawaii.
Yeah,
Your shirt's making me want to go.
That should be good times. Like, you're getting at least the volcano's not erupting right now, right?
One took down
Floods, volcanoes, hurricanes,
Hopefully you're gonna make it out.
sharks. Who the hell wants to go to Hawaii?
Sounds like toxic tourist shirts.
It's like the apocalypse. It's literally starting there.
All you need is the appraisal. 303-867-7000. 867-7000. Equal opportunity lender regulated by DORA. NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45 IDR.
Happier. Her is so much shinier, silkier, softer. She has really mellowed a lot.
Shiva is a 105 lean pounds of shiny, smooth, happy dog.
Happy dog.
So when you guys talk, you said that's I got for your banner and stuff. Oh, that's so that's you guys right there and stuff. So just let you know.
Put our banner up on the website.
Yeah. Put the banner. So when you guys say something that swings over to you, they get your phone number,
I've been
website.
trying. I just
Yeah, I just don't have anything. I don't know anything about bugs or anything that's come up yet.
Do you know Lazara, Crayneck?
No, I don't. I mean, I just know of them from
here.
Yeah.
Don't let your dog itch, scratch, things like that like crazy. Come to Idaho.
Did you ever work in the DA's office?
I did not. No, not here. Is he a former prosecutor?
I have no idea. It seems like a lot of criminal guys, they started in the DA's office. Isn't that a fair assessment?
Some do. Majority probably don't. But
It'd be cool to know both sides, but
he does.
That's what I did. I started with I was with the DA's office before I started the
you did?
company. Yeah. Yeah, I was an investigator, obviously.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. make your life a little bit better, get directly involved. We're trying to help out a woman that her apartment got infested with wasps. So it sounds horrible. We tried to call the apartment complex. They would not talk to Deputy Daff whatsoever. But the good news is, the reason they said they wouldn't is because she's not on the lease. So she's actually trying to call them right now with the caller on the line. So hopefully we get an update. According to her, they're not going to have a place to live tomorrow. The apartment complex said they would reimburse her, but it's coming up to that. It's coming up to that time tomorrow, so we're going to try to help her out. Phone number, very simple, 303-MARTINO, 303-713-8255. By the way, in studio with me today, Mark Kranak, MarkKranakLaw.com. Welcome, Mark. It's nice seeing you again, man.
Thanks. Back at you.
I see you usually 2 or 3 times a year. And then Greg Shireman and Jake Scott. They're with Clear Creek Investigations on our referral list. Guys, I got to ask you this. When you go out, doing some kind of either recon or whatever you guys are doing, have you ever been made? Have you ever been out there and you're spying on someone, you're trying to get the goods, and they see you?
Oh, yeah.
Give me a good story. What happened?
Out in the middle of nowhere, pulled up to this guy's house, setting up my surveillance, getting the camera all ready. He backs out of his driveway, pulls up to my car, and starts taking photographs of me, taking photographs of him.
Oh, my goodness.
And it was a small town, that's why. He probably see me coming. It was like 6 miles away.
So he knew you were coming. What were you there for? Was it a spousal? Or
no, this was a workers' comp.
Oh, you do a lot of that for companies.
Yeah, I do.
Is that a big deal, workman's comp fraud?
Oh, yeah. It's one of the highest paying in the nation.
Wow.
A lot of workers' comp fraud.
A lot of workers' comp fraud. So they'll send you out a company like, I assume, Pinnacle. That's a big one, right?
I've worked for them before. It's also that I go out there with the guys of just, I'm going to prove them actually telling the truth as opposed to trying to get I got you on them. So
wow.
If they happen to see them doing backflips in the yard when they should be in a wheelchair, then that's also something that we...
So what's your typical call, guys? What's a typical call for you guys? Is it workman's comp? That's a huge one?
Yeah, the workman's comp's pretty common. We do a lot of infidelity cases, a lot of surveillance on cheating spouses.
So how do you, when you come back, okay, let me ask you this first. How often are they incorrect? How often do they think there's an affair going on, but you guys don't see anything like that?
You know, and that's actually the good news is I would say probably 75 or 80% of the time that we go out, we find that there isn't any infidelity going on.
Now, I've heard this before. What happens if there is an affair going on and you actually have evidence or you saw it for yourself? I assume you take pictures, video, whatever you guys do. Then, of course, you got to go back to your client and you got to tell them. And all of a sudden, even though they're the ones that hired you, you become the bad guy.
Exactly. It's backfired on us.
Isn't that bizarre?
It is. That's why we get retainers up front. And
they don't want you to tell them the bad news, even though they hired you.
Yeah, it baffles me. It's just, I can tell it's coming, too, as I'm saying it. I can see it on their face or showing them the photos.
It's so strange to think of it that way. Okay, we're going to go to Nancy with the Spa Palace issue in just 1 second, but I got to tell you about Century RV. I bought my RV there probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago. How long ago was it, Suzanne?
It was April.
In April, geez. Well, it wasn't too bad. I wasn't that far off. We have used it so much, I can't even tell you. We have gone up to Breckenridge. We've gone to Colorado Springs. We've gone virtually everywhere. We haven't left the state yet, but that's how often we use it. We love taking it just for the weekend. The kids love it. If you don't have an RV, or if you don't think you can afford an RV, I got to tell you, these guys are the largest cougar dealer in the state, and they've got great deals right now. Absolutely great deals. I misspoke that. They're actually the largest cougar fifth-wheel dealer in the nation. They've got the largest used inventory in the state, but they're great people. 303-453-1111, 303-453-1111. Nancy, please tell me you've heard from Spa Palace.
No, sir.
Nothing.
I've not heard from them. I never got a response to the email I sent them, which I sent you guys Friday.
Yeah, we saw it, and we saw your invoice. You realize you actually signed, or your, I guess your work order, you signed understanding and even initialed that you were not going to get a refund. You realize that, right?
I have it right here. Let me look. I know I signed it.
Well, you don't even
at
have
the
to
last
look.
minute.
I know it was there. So you hold a big part in this, but at the same time,
yes, sir.
I do not like the fact they did this. I can't stand it. It drives me crazy. I want to ask people in this room, and here's what happened, guys. Mark, here's what happened. First of all, what she signed is basically a contract, and it says there will be no refunds. She goes in. What day did you go in last week?
Last Sunday, not yesterday, a week ago.
Yeah, so she goes in last Sunday and orders a hot tub, okay, from Spa Palace. She gives them $1,800 down, and it looked like you were going to finance the rest, right?
Well, that's where it was a little confusing. I actually gave him, I asked him, I said, how much do you want as a down payment?
Yeah.
And he said, most people will give us at least $1,000.
Yeah, but you try, it does,
okay.
that's fine, but I don't want to get caught up in the weeds here. Were you going to finance the rest of it, regardless of how much the down payment was?
Yes.
Okay,
well, I was and I wasn't. When he told me about it, I don't have any credit cards. I used a debit card, which was a mistake.
Yeah.
And so I said, what's this financing offer you have? And he told me 9.9%.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. And then he said, the interest, I said, well, that's okay. I'll pay it off, you know, because I'm a realtor on my next closing.
Okay.
He said,
Nancy, I'm going to cut you short on this. You gave him $1,700 down and signed, and basically your intent was to finance the rest. Whether you paid it off early or not, I don't care. But was that your intent, or were you going to show up and give him the full $10,000 or whatever it cost?
I was going to look into it. I had to do the financing. At least make an application.
Got it.
Is what he said.
So you could have went either way. Fair enough.
Use them.
Yeah,
I was never
Mark,
going to use them.
Mark, I don't even know why she drugged me into those weeds. I swear to God she did. You literally drugged me down that rabbit hole. Here's the bottom line, though. She gave $1,600 15 hours later, okay? They custom make them. They're not sitting there. They actually, well, I think they custom make them. They order them at least. 15 hours later, she calls and wants to cancel it, doesn't want it anymore. Once again, on their contract, she even initialed that she understood that. 15 hours later, though, my contention is 15 hours later, there's no harm. What time at night on Sunday was this, anyhow?
We got there about 4:30. They closed at 5, but we were there till about 6.
So past closing on Sunday, and when did you contact them back saying you wanted out?
As soon as they opened the next morning at 9 o'clock.
So there's nothing they could have done. It was Sunday night.
He told me when I called him, he told me he put the order in right after we left.
Well, okay, he put the order in at 6 o'clock on Sunday. I personally don't believe him, but I know it doesn't matter. He could have canceled it early in the morning anyhow. And even if he did put the order in, who cares? They weren't out there making a hot tub at 7 o'clock at night. If that's what their contention is, I personally, in my opinion, think they're lying. So here's the issue, though, Mark. As an attorney, what do you even make of this? How about, could you even argue unjust enrichment? Where do you look at this? Just because I agree there is absolutely no refunds, if I get nothing for it, I mean, is that okay? How does that work?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard without having you'd have to really look at the written contract. I don't know.
I'm going to print it out and show it to you.
Yeah, I mean,
during the break.
Yeah, I don't know if they're entitled legally to a refund, but yeah, you probably could argue something like unjust enrichment. Seems to me they should just give her the money back.
Well, here's what I think. I think places that sell hot tubs like this one, I think they're a dying breed. I truly think they're dinosaurs. You can go to Costco and buy the same kind of hot tub for half the price. You can go to Sam's Club and buy it for half the price. These are the kind of places, we've all been in them, and they had their place on earth at one point, like the Denver Post. They sell fireplace mantles. They sell hot tubs. What else do they sell? Like very overpriced lawn furniture is my guess. What else do they got there at Spa Palace, Dan?
I imagine fireplaces and stuff.
Yeah, fireplaces. Of course, everything's pretty much natural gas. Oh, pool tables. That's right. They all have to sell pool tables. So instead of buying a Brunswick or a nice pool table, you know, direct from Costco or Sam's Club or other places, they mark it up a lot, in my opinion, and try to sell it. They're a dying dinosaur. So when you say why, Mark, they have to keep deposits, I say in my opinion, is because that's all they do now. No one goes there anymore. Their traffic's down. Truly.
May I interject
Yes,
one
you may.
thing?
You may.
Oh, actually, two. They apparently told Suzanne when she called Friday that they didn't believe my reason for canceling.
What was your
which is
reason?
hogwash.
Just
Once I thought about it overnight, I'm going to try to retire by the end of the year.
See, it doesn't even matter, because you know what, Nancy? I swear to God, I think they prey on you. That's my opinion. Yes?
Just a correction, Mark. What he was saying was that the reason for canceling changed a few times in the beginning, and anyway.
What did you make of them when you talked to them,
I thought, who cares, too. That's why I never mentioned it on the show.
It's ridiculous. 15 hours later, if she told me she did this on a Monday, and then on Wednesday or Thursday, I'd have a problem with it. I want to know how many locations they have, and someone told me they could be down at the county fair right now.
Well, actually, the president is right now, Michael Wiege, or however you say his last name, W-I-E-G-E. He's down there tearing down from the state fair.
Yeah, so they
were
were
waiting for him to call.
I wonder how many people they took advantage of it to state fair. And once again, this is my opinion, but, you know, Michael, I think your business is a dying breed out there, and I think it's really crappy for you to take this lady's Monday. It's Sunday at 4:30, 5 o'clock after you close. She calls right as you open the next morning, and your people have the audacity to tell her they already ordered it and she can't back out. Now, I want to hear from the people like this guy that emailed me. I think his name was Chris. I can't believe Mark. He's such a bully when it comes to things like this. A bully? How about if that was your mother, Chris? How about if that was your aunt? How about if that was your wife or somebody? It's a teacher getting ready to retire. She figured the interest rate, she did whatever, and you guys probably, like a used car dealer, talked her into it, and you know what? It is legal. That contract looks legit to me. You put on there's absolutely no refund. She initialed it and everything else. But there's also something called morality and common sense. You didn't do anything. How dare you keep this lady's money? And I don't agree with you. Now, I want to hear people, anybody out there, I want to hear your opinion on it.
Excuse me,
Please,
Mark.
go.
As a business owner with Jake...
Plus, she's going to have to deal with this lady if she goes through with the sale forever.
Right.
Can you imagine that? My God.
Right.
If I was this lady, I'd be out picketing Spa Palace. You know what? I was hoping that county fair or the state fair was next week. Next time they're at a home show, Spa Palace, Dan, you and I are going to go down and talk to everybody that's talking to Spa Palace.
All right.
I would just say that they should just do the right thing if they want to keep what little client base they have.
It's crazy.
As a business owner, that's what we would do, is just make it go away.
Yeah, you cut bait.
Right.
I mean, really, you cut bait. We find this a lot with roofers. 303-713-8255. I want to hear your opinion on it. 303-713-8255. Flexident. Nick is one of the best guys out there. If you still got hail damage from any of the storms we've had this summer, this guy can save you money. He can make your car look like brand new. You know, if you're paying cash and you're not going through an insurance company, it would never report onto Carfax, so no one would know it was there. And the repair is so perfect, it wouldn't even matter. It's like nothing ever happened. If you're good at paintless dent repair like Nick is, there is no better way to get your car fixed if you can. 303-619-6273. 303-619-6273.
And she's willing to give $500.
This report is brought to you by Lowe's. Let's start off with the good news on the north end of...
I did the conference call.
Hold on. Do you know Ideal's on here twice? They have a live and they have... What are they doing? Are they doubling up from Monday? That's what they're doing. That's why there's so many. The sales reps replaced them.
Yeah, if someone calls in on that, she offered me $500.
So here's what I'm going to do. You're going to fire... Is Ideal coming online, Suzanne? Okay. So I'm going to do 2 minutes, basically, for Ideal. You're going to fire both of them off back to back.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's why they're so bad.
Stop into Lowe's as Labor Day deals continue with 3-quart mums, now only 3 for $12. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's.
Gets me so irritated, though, man. Why would you want a customer like that, that's that upset with you? If they actually did anything, that's fine. They could even argue that salesperson spent time with them. Right. That's fine. You said they offered $500.
Right. And they were there for an hour and a half. And like I say, now you have someone not bad mouthing you.
You'll know where you stand when the adjuster comes. And Excel can even help you negotiate with the adjuster.
Is Pro Auto coming on?
And when you do sign a contract with Excel Roofing, they
Mark,
even make
let me forward you the email from Al, the special he wanted given out while he's out of the country, okay?
But remember, you don't pay a penny until you have. They don't do
I already do budget. Oh my God, there's 2 budgets too.
assess the damage on your roof free of charge. No obligation.
No, there shouldn't be 2 budgets. No way, Jose.
Mark just said, I need to make some revisions.
Don't even fire off that second budget.
So I need to show you how to do it so you can do it yourself.
Revisions on what?
His page.
On whose?
I grew up in a military family, and that's why
Daphne has taken
Remember, we're on the.
Yes, oh yes, correct. No, so I told him to meet me downstairs after if he wants to do that. So I talked him to,
I am so pissed at this stupid spa place.
we did, do you know what, do you want me to call Karen? Do you think that's something she would want?
No, because
She's
they
a
didn't know.
consumer.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I just know they won't do it. I just know it.
Okay. So I was on the conference call with.
It's really a pisser. There's nothing they did. I try to even come up with something. I go back, I had good years. If someone came in and put money down on a set of tires at any time and they didn't want them the next day, I'd refund it.
Right, even though it says that you.
All
don't
sales
have
are
to-
final.
Right, exactly.
And now, I don't know why she would have offered $600 more, why she even did that, but she wasn't thinking.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree. So do you want to hear about this or not?
Hold on, I'm sorry. I gotta send this out.
The daughters left, Kavanaugh's daughters left the hearing.
You know what? They should have never. You would think that these people would be acting like adults in there, especially with children being in there. They're all acting like idiots.
Who?
In the confirmation
They've
hearing,
got- they're-
and those children are sitting there listening to these adults acting like
But
kindergartners.
Why would you have your children act that?
No, that's
I
not the
have
thing.
no idea. I
You're-
would be afraid.
You're gonna get
I'm
people
not-
in there, they gotta get them out of there.
No, I agree. But there were
That's-
children there, and these adults were acting like
No, it's
freaking idiots.
who's ever in charge of the.
Yeah, they need to kick out the
Of
peanut
course, I
gallery.
mean, that's
No
crazy
guests.
that-
It should only be.
Can you imagine how much money that's costing the government?
They're just.
Because they're
Ridiculous.
delaying the stupid hearings anyway?
Well, anybody that is not, that does not belong in there, the peanut gallery, the looky-loos, the people watching, should not be allowed in there, because that one woman, they keep letting her
I
scream.
disagree. No, they can be in there, they just gotta shut up.
Exactly, once you pipe up,
It
you
should be
kicked
like
out.
a couple of my cousins been and we'll go back up there and tell them to get out.
Yeah. So you guys conceal carry? Do you hear that? Okay, I'm getting mine. Well, actually, I got mine. Well, I haven't ordered, and I haven't. I'm gonna get a different gun, and I want to completely, no, I think I'm gonna get a SIG 135. It fits my hand like butter. I have a Glock, and it's too big for my hand. It just kind of, it's what I qualified on, which I did really good, but I want it to fit.
I'm a big 1911 man, I love it.
Yeah. But
all right, Fix It 24/7. George Donaldson is back in town. He runs a great HVAC company. $39. Listen to this, $39 or free call charge. I love all of our vendors. If you think about it, this show has some of the best deals, HVAC, roofers, flooring, you name it. It's the best deals out there. But get a licensed, insured, and background-checked HVAC tech to your home for $39. You get a full diagnostic report. So if you don't want, the bottom line is this. Call up, get them out there. They'll give you an estimate for $39. Usually a trip charge costs more than that. $39. And if you have them do the work, they'll even credit that $39 to it. So if you do have a problem with one, maybe it's been making noise for a while, maybe you want a humidifier added onto it, there's a numerous reasons why you would call Fix It 24/7. They do everything and they do it great, and the man runs a great business. You realize he came into town and he is doing 10 times the business that the company was before he came into town. Fix It 24/7. You can also go to fixmyhome.com. 720-526-3939, 720-526-3939. We had someone call. We got a lot of You got a lot of calls that they don't want to come on about that company, don't you, Suzanne? What's this one here? Spa Palace.
So a lady calls, just maybe stirring the pot a little bit. But Spa Palace will be at the Colorado Fall Home Show this weekend, Mark, at the Convention Center.
Oh.
Booth 643.
Now, is that in Denver or Colorado Springs?
That's here in Denver, in case any of our listeners want to say hi while they're there.
Wow, Spa Palace this weekend, Colorado Fall Home Show. And this person actually knew what booth they'd be at, booth number 643. You know what? Let's do it. Deputy Dan, you and I, let's figure out when that starts. If they're there Friday, maybe during the show, Tom will be back.
So I'll check.
Well, see, hopefully it's Friday, and hopefully those things always start late on Friday, though. But let's go down and let's ask him. I'd love to have the owner's comment. And by the way, what was his name? Mike was
Yeah, the last name, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's W-I-E-G-E.
Mike, you should just, honest to God, give her her money back. I really started thinking about it. I had 5 good years. I had 50 employees. You know, at one point we were doing, before the crash, if you will, of 09-10, we were doing millions of dollars a year. I can't remember one time I took a deposit on tires. I guess we did take some on Corvette tires and some other stuff, but not one time did I take a deposit and someone wanted out, I'd have my people keep that. It just didn't matter. I could send them back to Goodyear. It just simply didn't matter. Yes, Mark?
Lawyer can't get away with that. I mean, if a client comes in, pays a fee, and
puts a retainer down, you don't do...
retainer down, you don't do anything, fires you a few hours later, you got to give the money back.
Well, you know, they're going to say, hey, we signed to it. They said there's more to the story. You know what the more was? She signed it. That was it. Guys, please, Sunday night, she puts the money down. I can't imagine this. No, I don't know who else would do this. Not in that short amount of time. Arguably, if she did it on a Monday and, you know, in the morning, and they ordered it and somehow started production or whatever these people do, and it started being delivered or whatever, there is a point in time, there's cost involved. Now, Dan, you said, I'll ask Nancy real quick. Nancy, you offered them $500, correct? That's all I want to know. So, listen to this. Someone could argue that salesperson had time, they stayed late in the store and everything else. She said, I'll give them $500 for that if you just refund, you know, the $1,100 or $1,200 back. They wouldn't even do that. She was willing to give $500 because they stayed late and did call someone on the phone or did whatever they claimed to do. I just find it absurd. Absolutely absurd. Bill, what's your comment on Spa Palace?
Hey, it sounds like a scene out of Glengarry Glen Ross.
Yeah. I have
I have
no idea what the hell that is.
Well, you got to YouTube Glengarry Glen Ross. It's an Alec Baldwin film, but these guys went to the Glengarry Glen Ross School of Closing.
Yeah. Oh, I got you. So I'm starting on. It's a Zig Ziglar of sales down there.
Well, yeah, but you got to think about who sells spas and who sells Mercedes-Benz.
Costco sells them.
Well, what I mean is the salesman who's at a market selling spas versus a salesman who's selling Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah, I know the quality of the salesperson. But do you think the industry in itself is dying? In all honesty.
Oh yeah, they're dead.
They're absolutely dead, and that's the only reason I can come up with why they'd keep this lady's money. In any which way, Bill, do you think... I literally have an email from Chris saying it's crazy and I'm being a bully towards Spa Palace. Am I?
It's the 60-40. They say 40% is the restocking fee, 60% is some other money. One of those is the commission.
You know, she offered him $500. Hey, I bet the commission... Although, I don't know. What do you guys think commission on a spa would be?
It's probably 15 or 20%.
Man, you really think so? They're selling it for $10,000. The guy could be making $1,500. Do you think? I wonder if the salesman. These are the questions we're going to ask Spa Palace at the Colorado Fall Home Show. In fact, we'll go visit all of our great referral list members, Dan, but we'll make sure to ask them. Hey, I appreciate the comment, Bill.
Take care.
303-713-8255. How about Icon Eye Care? Do you know Tom's eyes? I call them bionic, and they kind of are. Listen, listen, listen closely. If you have cataracts, especially, but even if you don't, instead of LASIK, instead of a lot of other things, which, by the way, Icon offers. In fact, they've got the best pricing around on LASIK. But here's the amazing part. Guys, listen to this. He got new lenses, or clear lenses. They actually adjust. He can see near and far from both eyes. Unlike LASIK, where one is far and then one is short, so you can read and see far away, and generally you still need reading glasses, Tom has what I call bionic eyes. He literally has brand new lenses. He'll never get cataracts. He didn't have them in the first place, but a lot of people that do, when they get new lenses, you can get an upgrade fee to get these new eyes. These are incredible. Never wear glasses again. Icon Eye Care, okay? These guys are absolutely great. In fact, I'm just going to give you their email, or I'm sorry, their website, so you can check out all their services. But anything you need for your eyes, especially these new crystal clear lenses like Tom has, iconeyecare.com. iconeyecare.com. Doesn't matter. I mean, I'll give them something to do. Hang tight, Clint.
Is that the company? I was in here last time and you were talking about the thing with the eyes. Is that what? Yeah. So what do they do?
They literally replace your lenses, and the lenses, I don't even know how you put it. So your pupil.
You mean your lenses of your eye?
Just like
of your eye.
Lens of your eye.
So they replace those, and there's like thousands of little dots on them.
Clint.
So depending on how your brain works, basically, if you're trying to see far away, somehow they focus on a certain line of dots or a certain pattern of dots, and you see far away. If you're trying to see close up, same thing. So I've read a little about the Symphony ones. I think those are the ones Tom has. They're incredible. They're absolutely incredible.
So the result is that it just corrects your vision, but close, near, and far,
basically? Yeah. LASIK, generally, they step one eye to far, one to close.
Okay.
This is both everything. So you could close one eye, see far away, and read a book. Now, I will say this. I've seen him put his reading glasses on maybe just a handful of times when it's really, really, really tiny stuff. Like something on a cell phone maybe. But usually when he's just texting, he never uses them. Now they're expensive, but if you have cataracts, you're already paying for lens replacement surgery. You can generally upgrade for maybe $1,700 and have the bionic eye. Never have to have LASIK, never have to have reading glasses, never have to have glasses. Now, like anything else with eyes, I always say this. The longer you wait, the better. Yeah, because the technology just goes like this. So, like, I'm going to wait till I have to do something.
Right.
We got to get with Gerald about working days.
There you go.
Who did I just do?
If she didn't Saturdays.
No, I did someone else.
Yeah, if you want to call Gerald, I left her a message to try to come on.
The kids were little.
I'll get with her right now, because, yeah, she's...
And he lost him, what, 3
Prepaid cremation.
He's like, no, I didn't.
There's an episode, you guys ever watch King of Queens?
No, I'm aware of it, but I've never since I was
junior in high school. The father-in-law, which is Jerry Stiller. 30 years. Oh my God.
Original.
Is it Stiller though? Yeah, Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller's father. He plays the old man that lives in the basement. The father-in-law. He prepays for when he's burying his wife. He prepays for his gravestone. But it says the one date says 1900 and his birth date, whatever it was, dash. Then it says 19. The problem is the year 2000 is coming up, so he basically got screwed if he lives past 2000.
Thought he was getting a deal.
That was George Costanza. You know, Seinfeld. George Costanza.
Did I already go to that band, or is that a different Spot Palace comment?
Top 5 movies.
I can tell you anything about any superhero.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you guys costs. People always want to know.
Us? $49.95.
You'll find or do anything.
Find, fix, or free?
Find, fix, or free.
We'll make sure your spouse is in there.
Well, it's good. It's a very good.
Whatever happened to our other member? Did he sell his business? Or?
You know, he's still up on your boards, isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know. He sent some business our way through the Arizona chapter. We're doing a murder case right now. First-degree murder. First-degree murder. I think he fell off the grid, Mark. I don't know.
Did you fire that second budget off? How did we end up with that?
Oh, yeah.
I imagine you guys always have good stories.
Wow,
Some of them can't be said. Well, as long as you probably
Some of them are for the air.
I do have an update.
Well, as long as you don't tell us his names.
Right.
Excellent. So you know, I emailed my rep on that one because I'd never booked two of those in one thing. So I emailed her that I want a makeup on that. So if you fired it off, that might create an issue. But whatever.
720-893-5559. Call today. Call Excel Roofing at 303-761-6211. Daimler Substation, 630.
One Clear Choice Garage Doors. These guys have the LiftMaster 8550. I can't stress enough how glad I changed to a belt-driven system. If you have that old noisy chain and you're sick of hearing it every time someone opens it, I know our old bedroom was actually under the garage, and any time the kids would come home or Suzanne would come home, you'd hear that thing. These new ones are super quiet. You can get a battery backup if the power goes out. You can do all kinds of things. It's the LiftMaster 8550. They're $329 installed from One Clear Choice Garage Doors. 303-565-6409. 303-565-6409. They can also do everything else. They can do full doors for you, you name it. Hey, I love it. I absolutely love it when companies are willing to come on the air. We gave Mike, so everybody out there knows, on Friday, we gave Mike, the owner of Spa Palace, numerous times. How many times did you call over there, Suzanne, or how many times did you speak to him? Just once, twice?
A couple of times, and just so you know, I finally got the info. His last name is Wiggy. That's how you say it.
Mike Wiggy. So we tried to get him on when this call first came in Friday. It looks like somebody that works at Spa Palace is coming on, Corey Miller. Corey, I have that you're the financial manager. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you, Mark?
I'm doing very good. I would love for you guys to give her a refund in this circumstance, though.
Sure. Mike's been tied up for the last several days, so I thought I would give you a call.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, we understand where you're coming from because you got part of the story, so we'd like to tell our story.
Well, Corey, I'll give you all the time, I promise, but when you say part of the story, we reached out. Suzanne, you literally talked to Mike, right?
Yeah, and I thought there would be another side.
I actually don't think you talked to Mike, but that's okay.
Well, wait, whoa, Corey, that's a big discrepancy.
Corey, I have emails from Mike Wiggy, unless someone else, it's an imposter.
Is Mike Wiggy the owner?
Mike is the owner.
Okay.
So Mike asked me to give you a call.
Okay, go ahead, Corey.
And I think you kind of painted a picture. I didn't hear your whole your whole show.
You want to hear it again?
No. You painted a picture of someone that is an elderly person and doesn't understand consumer law.
Is she not 71?
Contract law. A real estate agent.
Okay.
And so obviously understands contract law very well. And we're not trying to, push some elderly person into a contract that she didn't want. The point is we have a contract, so we understand what we have to deliver, and
Sure.
she understands what we're going to deliver. Just like you, when you have an advertiser, which we used to be, you would...
Corey, the difference there would be is if I did... one of our advertisers wouldn't do it, and if you were still on the referral list, and honestly, I don't think you ever were, but if you were on the referral list, I assure you, you'd be giving her a refund because you would have signed our code of ethics, and when we said that.
We were on there. And,
then you would have given it.
We understand what you're getting at, but I don't think that you understand that this person is not someone that has been in our store many times.
Corey, she's 71. She gave you $1,600 or whatever it was on a Sunday at 4:30. She called up, unless if she's outright lying, on Monday morning when you opened, she called up to cancel. What is the harm? I have said a million times on the air, your contract looks legit to me. I'm not an attorney, but it looks legit. She initialed, she signed, it says no refunds on the deposit. I get all that. What is the harm, though, 15 hours later, this woman getting her money back? What did you do? Did they start working on this hot tub in the middle of the night somewhere?
It's just what you just said. You just said the correct things, okay? And I think you have to respect businesses, and we can work out any issue with the consumer versus you trying to work it out.
Corey, she ended up calling me. I didn't call her. I didn't call her randomly and say, hey, woman, do you have some kind of problem I can help you with? It didn't go down that way. She called the show.
She came to our facility, and we offered her different options because she was going to pay cash for the whole deal.
Okay.
So, and she said the real estate market was so good that she may or may not want to do the financing portion, that she would just pay cash.
Yes, she said that a few minutes ago on the air.
Yeah, so she also went and bothered another store of ours and troubled them. So, you know, this has gone on to 3 different places.
What does that mean, troubled them? What does that mean, they troubled them?
Well, harassed them about our
after you wouldn't give the money back?
Well,
or are you saying she did it beforehand?
Both, yep.
So she harassed you before she put the deposit down, then she purchased...
After. She's been in our store several times. She liked the product. She liked the salesperson.
Why would you want to deal with a customer like this, Corey? Let's say she's the worst customer in the world that bothers the hell out of you. Why, for the life of me, would any business want to deal with this at this point? I don't understand.
Prior to that, she'd been in the store several times.
Okay.
And wanted to do business with us.
Okay.
So why would she want to do business with us? And then afterwards, came into the store.
What's it matter? Now she doesn't. 15 hours later. First of all, Corey, do you deny it was 15 hours later?
I don't know the specific times. I wasn't in the store when that occurred. So.
If it was 15 hours later, would you at least go ahead and give her it back if you can confirm that?
You know, not with you, because you
I can't. I lost you there. I'm sorry. Say it again.
Yeah. I mean, I think that you've been trying to bully us into a decision, and that's a business decision that we'll make.
Okay, so are you leaning towards that decision?
We'll
because according to your owner, I'm sorry, Suzanne, what did the owner say again that apparently you never talked to?
So we were doing her, you guys are doing her a favor by not charging her the whole 40%.
Wow.
Cancellation.
That's what your owner had to say, Corey. So, listen, man, first of all, I thank God for this country. I thank God for it because there's this thing called the First Amendment. So if you want to play games and say, oh, well, now that you're bullying her, we were going to do it, now you're not. Corey, just give me the skinny. Are you going to give her the money back?
What I explained
all right, how about when we all show up? Where's this place he's going to be?
When you read the contract, you said the right things.
Yeah, you're right, and I say that all the time when roofers go door to door down in Colorado Springs. Some door knockers go door to door and take advantage of people having them sign the contract. I say the same thing.
Now you're putting us in with
door knockers. You know what? You're a dying business down there. Why won't you give this money back to this woman, Corey?
That's a business decision that we'll make on our own, not with you.
Okay, that's fine, Corey. So anything else you want to say?
No,
let me do an advertisement for you. Hold on. If anybody wants to buy a spa, if anybody out there wants to buy a spa, you can call Spa Palace, 719-528-1881. If you want to buy a spa, call Spa Palace. In my opinion, you guys suck, Corey. You know what? You're trying to say something that's just BS at this point. Absolute crap. You're trying to say, well, we might have given her money back, but we're not going to have you make the decision. We talked to your owner is the part you're missing. We have emails. Do we have emails from the owner I can read when we come back?
Yes, well, email.
And this guy has the audacity to say we didn't even talk to him. Like it's an imposter. Maybe someone broke into his Google account. You guys are in a dying dinosaur business. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. You're the worst representative I think I have ever talked to, with the exception, who was that besides, who's the guy with the painter that said the wife was coming after him like a bulldog with the bone?
Kaylin Eccles?
Yeah, with the exception of Kaylin Eccles, my God, you are the worst representative I've ever heard from a business. I'm going to go down and I'm going to find your owner at this home show this week, and I'll talk to him. Unless if it's not going to be him, maybe I'll walk up to him. You'll go, oh, no, that's not me. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. You guys need to hire an agency that takes care of your reputation. It's a very simple thing, Corey. It's a very simple thing. Yeah, legally, I'll say it for the 100th time. Legally, you're probably fine. Although I would say some attorneys may argue unjust enrichment. It was 15 hours later. Nothing was freaking ordered. Prove that it was ordered on a Sunday at 6 o'clock. You can't. I'd love to see if you could, actually. I'd love to see if you could. Sean called Spa Palace. Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, they don't even give senior discounts over there.
Well, my God, who cares? Who cares they give senior discounts? That's, my God, that was his comment? They don't even give senior discounts? Well, at least he lightened the mood for me. I mean, Christ, excuse me. Wink and Wink, they're a bankruptcy team. It's a husband and wife. In fact, I'm doing this commercial for a reason. Corey, if you're still hanging there, Wink and Wink, okay? They're winkandwink.com. Once again, it's a husband and wife team. They do bankruptcies, and all kidding aside, they're the best at it. If you have been thinking about bankruptcy, don't know if it's right for you, don't know if it's wrong for you, they're the ones to call. It's going to cost you nothing to talk to them. And I promise you this, if you give them a retainer, listen to this, if you give them a retainer on Sunday night and they don't do a damn thing and you call them Monday morning, guess what, Corey Miller, at Spa Palace? They'll refund the money. I swear to God, and if they don't, I'll have it, I'll refund it. Wink and Wink. Give them a call. They're, you know, I hope Gigi didn't hear this. I'm sorry, Gigi. They're great people over there. Seriously, if you're going to file bankruptcy or have questions about it, there is no better people on earth to call, I promise. 303-410-1720. 303-410-1720.
What you said was exactly correct.
What was his point in calling, though? I mean, it wasn't like he was trying to put this fire out, or, I mean, it didn't seem like he, you know.
He was confused.
That's what I thought. He was going to call and be like, hey, Bob is out of town. I'm going to make an executive decision to make this right. I mean,
to say you haven't even talked to the boss.
Yeah.
Like,
if you even actually talked to her, what are you lying?
You're really not talking to me right now.
Exactly. You can wear your glasses with the he has glasses with Cameron.
Oh, we got those. Oh, yeah.
Right here.
We got all kinds of fun things.
He does too. He has a hat.
Yeah, don't have a hat.
And then he starts with their bullshit like, oh, well, we were going to give her the money back until you got it. Bullshit!
Tell him we can find one.
I do too.
Yeah.
So that's what this Dartmouth place said. She goes, so when we got on the conference call, she goes, I cannot talk to anyone at the radio station that's not on.
Oh, I want that.
So she goes,
and like I got them, I'm like,
she's in a way that didn't work.
I
got burned on that deal.
You got them on a comic book.
Yeah.
I love the fact they were on the referral list. I wish they still were.
Non-refundable.
Yeah, I love your reply. Say, if you were, we would have held you to our code of ethics. Bottom line.
I would.
I hope you guys go down to the show.
Like someone called,
you
like
got
you said.
Well, the only thing that'll suck is if it's on Saturday.
I guess we Friday, Saturday, starts at 10 o'clock.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
We're there. Said,
yep. You could go live during the show.
That's exactly why we'll do it.
There you go.
It's escrow. All right, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're talking
Even non-refundable retainers, I'll give back if I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
So.
Well, who
I did a little bit of work, but
that's the whole deal. Who wouldn't?
Exactly, and they turn around, and if they turned around and came at me, well, especially with your contract that we signed with you, But even if that wasn't there, they came to us and said, I'm not happy with the service. What didn't I supply for you? Tell me what it is that you feel I did not give you. And then they have a legitimate point, or it's going to cost me more. Heartache.
Step up and
Here,
be
take it. I'm
the
sorry
bigger
you feel that way.
person.
Yeah.
But sometimes you gotta eat it. I mean, sometimes in business, it's like, all right, we're gonna have to take this one on the chin.
Just so you don't.
Just in the interest of doing business right.
Jared, they found 90 elephants slaughtered in Africa.
I saw that headline. It's the worst.
For ivory?
I thought that
How
was
did they
done.
find them?
Because they probably were all
In a group?
In a group. And some, do you know what? These guys are so ballsy. They go into sanctuaries. They've gone into zoos and killed for the rhinoceros tusk.
Right, but there are the officers, whoever run the sanctuary, they're letting them in there. There's a lot.
You shouldn't be buying ivory products.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Well, you know,
sell
I thought
ivory
they
at?
started dyeing them like pink or something, hot pink, so that that nobody would sell it.
Yeah. That means
90. Wow.
Yeah, 90. Well, they said bodies of 87, but then at the bottom it says 90. Nearly 90. 87 would be nearly 90, I guess.
That's the most corrupt continent in the world, by far.
No desire.
No, New Mexico is.
New
New
Mexico.
Mexico?
I know.
The continent of New Mexico.
The continent of New Mexico.
Wait, there's a New Mexico now?
New Mexico.
That's the worst commercial I ever heard. He just said 3 words I've never heard before. That was crazy.
What he said?
I couldn't even pronounce them.
Oh, really?
These tablets have blah, 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 blah.
And they're good.
And anytime they offer you a free bottle, beware. Oh, except you pay shipping and handling. $14.95, right?
If someone was complaining about listening to one of your radio ads, I said, if you hear it and it's not coming from their mouths, that is not the same thing. You know?
Also, was Democrats were doing a lot of this, yeah.
Do we still have a car,
Goose them a little to keep them.
Dan?
All right, we got JR on the line. I'm going to go to him in a second. Gary, I promise we'll get into it. He's got an issue with the design company. Phil's got a comment. Ben's got a comment on Spa Palace. You know, the reality is, and I can't stress this enough, they didn't do anything illegal, in my opinion, whatsoever. In fact, not even close, nor do I make legal judgments. What I am saying, though, is a 71-year-old woman on Sunday gave them money, changed her mind Monday morning. They did nothing. They didn't deliver the spa. I don't even think they started building it unless they got people building it in the middle of the night. Hopefully we can find the owner this Friday. But then to start saying, and this is what really kills me, then to start saying, well, you know, this is a business decision we made. Your owner made it, dude. Your owner made it Friday when he said that she was lucky he wasn't going to hold her to the full 40% down. That's what we heard from you guys. It's outrageous. I can't wait to hear what JR's got to say about that. The other thing about referral list members I want to say, they apparently used to be on the referral list. Not when I was around, but maybe. And it doesn't matter, because if they were on the referral list right now, guess what? They would have signed our code of ethics. Everybody in this room has signed it. Our private investigators literally signed something, and we did a background check on our own private investigators. I mean, we did. I'm not kidding. So these guys agreed if there was a dispute in between a caller or a customer, whether they listened to the show or not, and we deemed it or felt, in our own opinion, regardless of what, that they should get a refund, what would you guys have to do? You guys read it.
Absolutely.
You'd give a refund.
Absolutely. Just
That's
give it right
the deal.
back.
That's with every contractor we have. So when I say referrallist.com is different, Home Advisor doesn't do it, Angie's List doesn't do it, my God, the BBB doesn't do it. In fact, in my opinion, the BBB, long as you answer, yes, I'm still alive, they'll continue to have an A+. It doesn't matter. So don't try to attack my referral list, Mr. Spa Palace. Tom started that over 20 years ago, dude. And if you were on it, I wish you still were, because it wouldn't have got to this. It wouldn't have got to me and Deputy Dan going down there Friday and meeting your owner and asking him on camera why. Just do what's right. Do what's right. Speaking of great members, and I got to bring these guys up because they're brand new, and this is a real big topic, and I'm not kidding. Window well exchange. What does that mean? It means if you have an egress window right now and it's starting to rot out, Denver Egress can replace them for a lot less than you think. And if you have a bedroom in the basement, I don't care if it's your kids, your parents, you have to have an emergency exit. We read about fires that kill people in basements all the time. I'm not trying to use scare tactics to have you call, but you will see it yearly around the country. If you have a basement in your if you have a bedroom in your basement, you've got to have an egress window if it's there, or you got to at least have an emergency way out, like a sliding door that's in the room. There's a lot of codes to this stuff. If you have one or you're going to build one, Denver Egress is the best out there. We've advertised for these guys for years upon years. They can do full basement entrances. Maybe you thought because your basement was completely underground, no walkout, that you couldn't do an entrance. You can, and they can do it very affordable. Denver Egress, for egress windows, egress window exchanges, and full entrances if you're going to rent it out. Maybe it's an Airbnb. You know, with housing prices so high, you can literally turn your basement legally into a full room, like Airbnb. You can save money. 720-626-4221. 720-626-4221. Hey, JR, it says you were ready to buy from Spa Palace. Now, are you just saying that, or what?
No, Tom. Let me explain what happened real quick. Take 30 seconds.
Yes, go ahead.
I have a 12 by 16 concrete pad and the electrical done in my yard, ready with a 50 amp breaker, ready for either a swim spa or a jacuzzi. So I went into two places. I went to Spa Palace Saturday with my wife, and I went to Hot Tub Heaven, and I couldn't decide. I was back and forth, and I'm ready to buy it. I'm borrowing the money from my 401 to do this. Wow. But I just want to tell you this. I've been listening to your show for years. I'm an older guy. I listen to everything. And I don't like the way that was handled on the radio. I will not be purchasing. That's probably going to make up my mind.
You mean the owner coming on, or the whatever, financial rep?
I will not be purchasing from Spa Palace.
All right.
And it's a $13,000 to $15,000 deal.
Oh, so that's a lot of money.
So I'm just letting you know. I don't like that.
JR, we appreciate it. We appreciate you calling in. And honestly, I'll say it again, that rep was horrible. 303 Martino, we'll be back.
Let's talk about John Fuller.
We should make Greg Hollenbach wipe this down, though.
Oh, my God.
Leave some food. Leave some food.
I keep telling him I'm gonna come crash.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna crash the show. They have all the food and drinks and the moderator. Fun show. He has dinners that you can buy to go, like, to chef maybe chef's dinner. So I got to go to one with Carrie. She was one of the top chefs. She was third place top chef.
Yeah. They were in the test, so we on the rollers, also the cargo.
I'm not going to do the second egress either, Denver egress.
And it's interactive. It's so much fun.
Everything mucked up the shop. They had to shut down the whole place.
No way.
They gave them a thing saying that the car's untestable.
Well, good. They can get money back, hopefully.
I guess, because they're not going to get emission tests.
You want to give Clinton this update on that car?
What is it?
Yeah.
That Eagle.
When did you look at it?
I didn't. I just talked to her.
I've been trying to get an update in for the last hour.
I did do Fix It 24/7.
And he still hasn't brought me in.
Okay.
Good luck.
That's as miserable as it can.
So the failed emission.
It blew up the radiator and puked antifreeze all over the
but that's a whole different problem.
Well, they said it's untestable.
No, it's not testable.
Yeah, but when they took the car, it wasn't that way.
But they just got I thought the whole thing was get the bill of sale from Saturday.
Yes, but you can't blame a radiator on the emissions. That's not how the law works.
They have a form. They have a form the state gave them that said the car is untestable.
I understand, but it was testable when they first got it.
It was on the rollers and it blew antifreeze all over. They had to shut down the emission testing facility.
All right, well, we'll try to hold her to what she said. I mean, so yes, I do want you to do the update. Absolutely. God, unbelievable.
And I thought I got a good update, but
Is that a different, is Ben different than what I already took?
And I don't know what the law will say on that, but I mean, holy cow, if it's untestable.
You haven't taken Ben yet.
Okay.
So much to do in
that
such
rep,
little time.
That rep was so bad.
Pretty bad.
He shouldn't have even called.
No, it's just been years since he called.
He lost that company so much money in the court of public opinion.
They need to kick him out. Do you know what Suzanne
He
said?
tried to just said, we'll look into it and get back.
I've been meaning to
Something
tell
like
you
that,
this for a
but
while.
Just keep digging the hole.
That's, you know what, Mark, you just said it. You say, gosh, you know, I was personally just made, well, here's where he screwed though. We talked to the owner Friday. They gave us all this bullshit.
She said she emailed you
On
the
the payment?
confirmation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just bullshit. Okay, so
She must
that's
have sent me an
When the hole
email.
gets too deep,
what I
dig
just
it.
saw. Yeah, I saw it
Go
here.
keep digging.
That's not good at all.
Yeah. Oh my God.
She ran it through.
Okay.
For Hawaii?
I don't know what
I
happened.
think the 14th, week from
Well,
Friday.
she had
Nice.
she said that it
Was it
shows
Maui
runs on
years
the
ago, like maybe 12 years ago? It
I
was
use
really
that
nice.
just for things.
Yeah, we're going to
Auto withdrawals
Right.
only.
You didn't proceed on the 30th either?
Oahu.
No, I.
Oahu.
Oahu. Good thing I don't live there.
Damn, you're other good.
Remember.
I live in Waytown.
I wonder if it's
That it was on the first or the second, so it was in there as of, it always does, everything's on the 31st, so.
I
It's
wonder
fine now,
if
though.
does, wait, and I've always been bad at this.
The 31st.
And August
there's
had a
31 days.
31st. And I had to check that. I'm like, I always forget which ones have the 31st and which ones don't. Yeah, that's
Isn't
weird.
it, September, is that 28 days?
You know, they used to have that rhyme. 31 days has September, April, June, and November, except for February. That has 28 and 29, depending on.
Yeah, I did get it.
But it would be 31 days that has August, September. So I don't know. Wait.
What's that?
No.
30 days has September.
April, June, and November.
30
All the
days
rest
has
have
September. That's it. See,
30
that's
days
what I always
past
miss.
September.
I always mess up the has.
You know, the worst thing you can do is get married on
30 days, they bond 30.
a holiday. Was it?
29th or,
No, it was a holiday, and I thought it was the same, like it'll be, I don't know if it was a day.
Oh.
It was the same day, but it wasn't, it was like Memorial Day or whatever.
It
And
changes, the date
I
changes,
couldn't
like
understand why
Mother's
my
Day.
wife wouldn't talk to me.
Oh.
And she said, "You forgot our anniversary." I said, "No, I didn't."
Mark, you said it so perfect. Come
We're
on.
St. Patrick's Day, and it's
You
always
literally
the same.
say, it's just
So, yes,
been brought
I
to
get
my
what you
attention.
mean.
Right, I'm
Like,
just made aware of it, I'll look into it.
We understand the seriousness
Not
of
in
it.
my head.
We want a little time.
So bad.
This guy, then the caller just said he just lost a $17,000 deal, so.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, never know, but still.
Well, this Colin Kaepernick Nike thing is blowing up in their face.
Yeah, that's big.
Duh.
What happened?
This is crazy.
Were they
Nike-
stupid?
Nike got
They hired him for
What
an
does their
endorsement?
stock look like? Has their stock crashed?
Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind, the only place you can solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. We get directly involved. Although, you know, sometimes we get in heated arguments, we get into all kinds of stuff. You know, it's just the way it is. That's the nature of the show. Like it, don't like it, it doesn't matter. We do try to help, and that's all I try to do day in and day out. I learn from the best. Mr. Martino, the best consumer advocate, has walked this planet. $200 million in cash, merchandise, exchanges, and refunds over the year. Need I say more? There's not much more you can say. No one else has done it. You may have your opinions on Spa Palace. I'd love to still hear them, but we are taking other calls, 303-713-8255. What I'd really like to know, besides the overall circumstance, most people know on Spa Palace, by this point, you just give the money back. I mean, it's 15 hours. It's part of principle. I don't know what they're talking about, but my God, what did you guys think of that rep? And when I say you guys, here's who I'm talking about. Mark Kranek, attorney at law, Greg Shireman, and Jake Scott are with Clear Creek Investigations, both on our referral list. Any questions you have for private investigators, now's the time. Guys, what did you think of him? Throw out the entire situation, but to have a spokesman call up, what did you make of that? Good, bad, indifferent? Seriously, don't. I want to know exactly what you think.
Well, Mark, I can tell you, I'd be really embarrassed if that was a representative of my company calling up and saying that, because, like you pointed out, whether we're a referral list member or not, but, you know, if we get a case, and we take a retainer fee, you know, if they change their mind within a few hours, or, you know, we haven't done any work on it, we're going to give the money back.
That's the key. If you haven't done any work, if you did work, that's fine. This woman, this 71-year-old woman that they won't refund 15 hours later, and she didn't leave with anything. It's not like they delivered the hot tub at Sunday at 6 o'clock. Let's not forget, this went down on a Sunday.
Right.
Here's the part that's amazing. I don't think they did anything. That's my opinion. Now, she even offered to give them $500 because the sales rep stayed past closing. $500.
Yeah, that's beyond reasonable on her part. And
I think as well. And you know, once again, I'll emphasize, their contract says no refunds. Fine, stick to your contract. Don't use common sense. Don't use good business practices. It's just, what can I say? Now, I do got to tell everybody out there, everybody, about Ideal Home Loans, and this is very important. Interest rates, actually they ticked down a little bit, but they are going to go back up. The Fed has already indicated rates are going to go back up. The reason I stress, and the reason Tom talks about Ideal Home Loans, you can listen about all the huge guys out there. There is people in this town, these companies are so big, they're basically closing, you know, thousands of loans per month. These guys are a boutique. Now, it's a big company, Ideal. They close a lot of loans here in Phoenix, but this isn't Quicken Loans. These are people that are there to help you. They can help you with the credit optimization. They will work with you one-on-one for a custom term loan. You can save so much money if you're in a 30-year product right now, and you can afford to spend a little money, more money per month into a 15. The amount of interest you'll save is like $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. Save that interest money. It's purely making other people rich. Any custom term you want. Maybe you're in a 15, you want to go to a 10. Maybe you're getting cash strapped. Maybe you lost your job or some issues have happened, and basically you need more income. You could go from a 15 to a 30. These guys can do whatever you need. Credit optimization, custom term loans, their rate guarantee. If rates do go down within a certain amount of time, they're going to refi you for free. Their pre-approval is like shopping with cash. They're a direct lender. They choose whether to do the deal or not. Then they sell off the mortgage into a pool. But my point is, they are a direct lender. Brent Ivinson is a great man. I see him all the time. Any questions you have about refinancing, and like I said, that credit optimization is a key. If you've called before, anybody, and they can't get you approved, Ideal might be able to do it. And by the way, VA terms are unbelievable. 303-867-7000, 303-867-7000, idealhomeloans.com. Ben, you've got a comment on Spa Palace.
Hey, Mark, just give me a few minutes here. My blood pressure is off the chart with these people.
Wow.
You know, with
well,
Corey,
don't die on us.
With Corey, could you ask him, would he treat his mom?
No, of course he wouldn't. I wouldn't even have to ask him that. Ben, in all seriousness, though, how do you think he represented the company? Forget about the actual thing.
He absolutely sucked.
Boy, Ben says it how it is.
Well, you know, Mark, here's the thing, too.
Yes.
Chris bothers me a little bit on his email that you're like a pit bull going after him, da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, no, a bully. That was Chris from Pennsylvania, which is fine. I get, you know what, the most hate mail I get, Ben, and it is my own fault, and I'll tell you why. The most hate mail I get, and the same goes for Tom, honestly, if we ever talk politics, because what I forget, and I'm not kidding, you can listen to politics anywhere on the dial. Right now, you could go through every AM station, and most likely it's going to be all political. So I agree with people when they say we should stay away from politics. Now, when it's, well, I won't even say local, but when it's economics involved, I will disagree with that. But that's my biggest issue of hate mail. This guy, Chris O. from Pennsylvania, basically said, Ben, that I'm bullying Spa Palace and I shouldn't do it. So, I mean, that's his opinion, though.
Mark, absolutely you should be. I wish you were like a Rottweiler or a Bulldog. And I'd like you to call Chris and say, what the hell would you do if this was happening to your mom?
Well, that's true. And actually, the funny part is I probably responded exactly that. Ben, I appreciate your call. Thank you, sir. One line open, 303-713-8255. Oh, my God, there's so many comments. Oh, Lord. I want to go to Jim just to shake it up real quick. Jim, go,
Yes,
sir.
sir. You know, I had an appointment with 24/7 this morning.
Hey, I bet you're from Texas.
Pardon me?
Where are you from?
Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah, that's why I said Texas. You missed it, Jim. You're supposed
Wait
to
a
be
minute, I've been
fast
here
and
since
quick.
66. Come on.
Well, it's evident you're from New York, though, man.
You got it. Well,
Love
I
you,
had an
brother.
appointment with 24/7 this morning. They had to cancel. But
Why?
I just want to show you a good company. They tried everything in their power to please me, and they said, we'll even waive the fee to come out when we do come out.
Oh, so what are you getting? Are you getting are they doing a diagnostic or are they doing the
They
tune-up?
were going to clean my furnace.
Oh, excellent. You can't beat that. Watch when this happens too, Jim, and here's the
No,
deal.
I told them no.
Why?
I told them no because, at that time, I just didn't even think about it. I called my wife, and she says, were you a jerk to them? And you know what? I don't think I was, but I told them no, and then when I got back from doing some errands, I called them up, and I rescheduled.
Oh, good. Excellent. And they're going to do it for free now?
You know what? I'm not asking it for free.
Good. I
But
like
if
that.
they want to do it for free, oh, well and good. But that's not what I just thought about. You know what?
You're going to love it. They're going to spend, listen, they're going to spend probably 2 hours at your house cleaning that furnace, not looking at it saying, here's what you need. Now, if it does need something, of course, they're going to tell you. But they're legitimately going to clean the dirt out of that furnace, which is the #1 cause of a furnace death. Hey, speaking of great companies, and I apologize, folks, but some of these I got to cram in. I try to be perfect, but I'm not perfect. Genesis Total Exteriors, talk about good companies. And I'm not kidding. Siding, windows, gutters, painting, fences, decks, kitchens, baths. I could go on and on. No project is too small. No project is too large. Genesis Total Exteriors, pretty much all of the front range. 303-679-8509. Mark's got great crews down there. His name is Mark Szymanski. I've known Mark for years. 303-679-8509. Julie has a comment. Yes, Julie.
Hello?
Yes, Julie. How are you?
Well, I'm good, but I'm kind of curious as to why
Yes, ma'am.
is it that you're making it sound like 71 years old, as ancient as Methuselah?
Well, okay, and you know what, Julie?
You're all that old.
I'll be very honest. You want me to tell you why? Because I'm trying to make a point, and it is a good emphasis compared to if that woman was 35 years old. There'd be no relevance to the story. So it's very simple. I use the age because it is over 70. I use it for a reason to drill home my point about Spa Palace. I do think, I just do think there is a difference here. Are you saying there's no difference? How about if she was 91? Would that make a difference?
Well, that would make a big difference, but let me tell you, if she was 35,
Yep.
she'd have a body like a 35-year-old, and they probably glushed over that one. But a 71-year-old, they don't give a shit.
Whoa,
Pardon me.
Angie, you got it. That's all right. I know you didn't do it on purpose. Spa Palace has you all riled up. Angie, I assume, boom, you got it. Thank you. I didn't want to double dip. We do have a delay for a reason, folks. Welcome to that. By the way, I want to talk to our PIs real quick. I promise, Phil, I'm going to come to you in a minute. And then Brittany has a problem with Aurora Public Schools. I can't imagine what that is. Guys, if someone out there wants to see if their wife's having an affair, and let's say, or their husband, and is it generally a husband? Is it generally a wife hiring you or a husband?
50-50.
It really is 50-50. So let's say they wanted to hire you. I love pinning people down to price because I think it's important. And let's say it's a normal deal where the person works and they work in Denver Metro. So you're not hunting someone down in another state, anything crazy like that. Is it typically just by the hour? How does it work? How much is a retainer in a general setting?
We usually try to get it could be a flat rate, depending on the complexity of it.
Oh, so if someone came to you and said, hey, my wife is a school teacher, blah, blah, blah here. I think maybe she's having an affair with the principal or something, and it happens to be right down the road, you might even be able to give a flat rate.
Right. Also, on surveillances, most private investigative firms will charge a minimum 4 hours.
Wow.
And that tends to be non-refundable. However, if it's something where they know specifically this person's going to ABC place at this time, we can go hourly, which our base rate is $55 an hour.
Got it.
We can usually take our normal retainer $750, and whatever we don't use, we do give back. And it goes on and on. There's a
Very cool.
list of services we provide.
And then you can, if someone actually has service and you need to go out and serve someone, you can quote that too.
Absolutely.
So pretty much anything. So what else that maybe our audience doesn't realize you guys do, but you get the calls all the time. What else is there?
You know, one of the things that we do get a lot of calls on is counter surveillance. We have a lot of people that believe or that there is something in their house that's recording them, whether it's a camera or a listening device.
Oh, so you'll go in and make sure there's not some kind of, what do you have, special equipment that can detect?
Yeah, we have RF detectors and...
what's the sweep of the average house run?
$1 per square foot.
Wow, okay. So
it might be that they just have, well, I think it's in my bedroom.
Is it generally paranoia, or do you generally find something?
Well, you know what? We had an interesting case recently, tell you really quick. We had a gal who'd gone through a divorce, and her husband was reiterating things to her that she had said in her house with nobody else there, was convinced somebody was in the house. Greg and I came in with our equipment, did the sweep, and when we get to the last room in her bedroom, there's an Alexa sitting there. And so I explained to her that we didn't find any listening devices in her house, but there was this Alexa, and I don't know how it's done, but it's possible to tap into those.
Wow, that's crazy. I don't know.
The technology is just too scary out there right now.
I don't even...
These Googles, Alexa, I mean, they're capable of listening to a lot.
They said, Google, I think, this is going back, they said they don't listen, but how's that even possible? Because when I say Alexa, it knows I said, it has to be listening, is my point.
It's listening.
It's listening to every word.
It's listening to every word.
There was one case they already had where I think it was actually in court. I don't remember if they threw it out or not. Mark, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but they had something where the husband or the wife was asking about something relevant to the murder. And I don't remember if it was actually allowed in court or not. I don't remember, but I do remember this. If you need a realtor, the best in the world out there is Frank Duran, the real estate man. And Frank, I know he listens to the show all the time if he's not at a closing. Listen to this. Frank closes over 120 homes a year. Now, why does he do that many? And it's a small team. But he does 10 times more than the average realtor. You got a relative or someone that's a realtor, ask them how many they close in a year. It's not even going to be close. Frank is the best out there. He knows how to negotiate. He spends money, guys, with an attorney every single month or every other month to learn more about real estate law and any changes. I don't know any other real estate agent that does it. Frank Duran, the real estate man, he's with RE/MAX Alliance, and he's won their Lifetime Achievement Award. 25 years of proven credibility. Frank Duran, 303-920-1622.
So I was making those, and I was asking the gal about a plant, because it didn't have the little sticker thing in there. I said, are these okay in full sun?
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, they are. She goes, but you know there's an
Is
app.
Suzanne in there? I can't see her.
And I said, oh, I have
There
a
she is.
wine app
Hey, I don't.
that I
Did
use.
you send
that
me?
I dress all the
Well,
time.
I did, and it's right here out of town.
Before I left the store,
So here
I
it
got
is, so then I put it over here on your 6 and 7, so you would
Facebook
have it.
said, here's the app. Or
Curious Mind One.
Your phone
That's
too.
scary,
In your bedroom, you know.
I gotta tell you about it. Do you have a minute?
There's a name for
Let me see who I'm going to do coming
Yeah.
back.
I was talking, that you could, it's called
I just want to fill Mark
Geo
Cranack
something
in
around
too.
Tracking.
geo-tracking or something like that, where you can, it's marketing.
This will come on out of the blue when I'm talking to my buddy.
Excuse me, Mark, I don't know if this is something that I just want a heads up on this. Lady does $6,000 worth of work for Aurora Public Schools. They got scammed and paid some emailer for her. So some email scam, you know, like, hey, put your money in this account to pay. So Aurora Public Schools paid $6,000 to a scammer, and she's not getting paid for the landscaping. Because they're saying we already paid you. She's saying you must have got scammed because you haven't paid us. $6,000, that's a lot.
Did she get law enforcement involved?
It was Aurora Public Schools. I don't know how they pay their bills.
She should have law.
Yeah,
Well, I would
law
imagine
enforcement
they
involved.
do, yeah.
They do an
Wire-
ACH or something?
Yeah, I would assume.
I meant,
Tesla's down $12.
Doing
What's
larceny.
Nike?
Down 3%.
Huh? Hey?
What did they do? I didn't hear.
They got called.
Kaepernick as a spokesman.
It
So
says
30 years for the,
People
we
started
can't just do
burning
it,
their jerseys.
just do it.
No
You know,
matter
that's been
what
30
the
years
cost.
old.
Yeah.
You know, Nike's big saying, just do it.
Yeah.
It's 30-year anniversary when they're using Colin Kaepernick as a spokesperson.
And they're saying now,
People
just
are burning
do
them.
it, no matter what the cost. And they're using him as the face of.
Okay, first of all, you guys don't understand
People are
things.
burning.
I don't know why you think it's so bad.
Why do I think? Because they don't like
I'm not
using
watching
that
football because
as
of the
far as Nike, and then
NFL is
stockholders.
not
It's all
about that.
dollars and cents. I
NFL is
refuse to
not
think
that
Nike
But
didn't think through,
of course,
is this
of course.
their customer or who is this? Does
Right.
it make sense?
Exactly.
You know what?
That's
I'll
exactly
go
right.
to
Well, that's what we're saying.
I'll go. Or I'll go
Well,
to
that's what I'm
his
saying.
house
It's a
and
business
watch.
decision.
My house, my
But it was a
lawn.
poor business decision.
I don't know
My
if it was or
husband and I made
not.
that
Well, it's
decision,
down
my
3%
daughter
today.
just moved home from England.
That would say it is.
I go, let's go to a bar. Let's go watch.
All right, if you owe the IRS $10,000 to $10 million Larson tax relief, these guys can help. You know, Jack and John Larson, they've been in studio a lot, but it doesn't matter if it's different tax liens maybe were put on you, maybe your bank account was levied, maybe they're taking money. You know, the last, I think coming up on the 15th of this month, so September 15th, I think, is the last time you can file an extension, but it doesn't matter. These guys are to help you if you're already in trouble. If you're getting those notices from the IRS, call up Larson. They'll talk to you for free about them. They can give you a lot of insight. They'll tell you what they can do, what they can't do. They'll be very straightforward with you. You know, in some occasions, if you don't have the ability to pay the money back, no matter what you owe them, you might be able to get out of it. But a lot of it comes down to whether you can pay. They can also make deals with the IRS and the state, by the way. They can do everything. They're a ginormous company. They're great people. I know the owners. They're nationwide, but we're lucky enough to have them based right out of here in Colorado. We're lucky enough to have them in studio a lot. But their phone number is great, 844-LARSON. Simple as that. 844-LARSON. If you've been getting those notices and throwing them in the trash or not opening them, open one of them. Call these guys up. It might not be as doom and gloom as you think. Phil's got a comment. Phil, what is your comment on Spa Palace, sir?
Hey, Mark, I just want to say thank you guys, you and Tom, for all you guys do and stuff like that.
Thank you, Phil.
If that gentleman's a representative or a voice box for, pool thieves, I think he ought to go back to school because he sounds like he's from like the 8th grade.
Here's what he should have done, and I'm not kidding. In fact, Mark in studio with me today, Kranak, attorney at law, he actually said it, and he's right, because here's how it should have went. Hello, my name is whatever. We just started understanding the gravity of this situation. We're looking into it, and we'll get back to you. We want to reach out to the customer directly and see if we can't figure something out. That's it. End of story. You don't need to start chasing rabbit holes and telling me we didn't talk to the owner when Suzanne has showed me emails. And, Suzanne, you talked to the owner as well, right? Like on the phone.
The president, yes.
Yeah, so, and then he comes out saying that didn't happen. I mean, it's crazy. It's really bizarre. He's definitely not a PR guy.
Unclear why he called.
Like first time.
Yeah, that's another good point, Mark. Why did he call? Did he call to, like, throw gasoline on the situation? Maybe it was his competitor and it actually wasn't someone from there.
Could be.
That makes more sense than anything. Put up the number to Spa Palace if you would, please, too. Brittany, what's going on with you? Brittany?
Yes.
This sounds
Hi.
very serious. What's going on?
Okay. I did some work for a school, a public school.
Oh.
What
kind of work?
We had, communication via email or a text, phone calls, whatever. I was right outside the door. Somehow within the midst of all this, we had almost finished up when I sent him an invoice. And I don't know how it happened, but someone got in there and...
Are you eating a bag of chips?
Yes, I am. No.
So what kind of work did you do, Brittany?
Landscaping.
So you
They
did landscaping. Did you have an agreement signed?
I sent them a bid.
Okay.
They agreed to.
Over email?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so you have at least a chain of emails. They agreed. And this is
Okay.
Aurora Public Schools?
Yes.
And how much was the work going to cost? How much were they going to pay you?
Well, the payment that someone got a hold of was for like $6,200 some odd dollars.
Is that how much you were supposed to be paid?
That for that invoice, yes. But then I also have 2 remaining invoices that I've sent.
Is that invoice the only issue at hand?
Well, the invoice that was frauded was the $6,000 some odd dollar invoice.
I don't want to get too far ahead of this, but Brittany, the other invoices you had, is there any issues with those, or it's just this invoice there's a problem?
The other 2 issues that I sent, I haven't been paid for them yet.
Okay, okay. Do you think you're going to get paid? It's not going to be an issue there?
I don't think I'm going to. I don't think they want to.
You don't think they want to pay you. Okay, let's go back to the $6,200 one. Why? You said fraud. What does that mean? What happened?
So somehow someone got into the emails or something. I don't know if it's on my side, on their side. They blame it me, of course.
Okay.
But
and did what, though?
They were emailing the school with what looked to be my email, that they wanted this invoice to be transferred to their bank.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So, they got wiring instructions from what they thought was your email, and I assume it was not your account, correct?
No.
And they actually wired the money to somebody else?
Yes.
Where was was it in this country?
It was like South Carolina or something.
So someone in South Carolina got $6,200.
Yeah.
This could have been a phishing scam. In other words, they could have broke into the school's email. Are they claiming that you knew somebody in South Carolina and you're in cahoots?
No.
Well, what are they saying?
Kind of. Well, when she told me about it, when I asked her about the money on the 24th of August, I said, hey, what about this invoice? She says, oh, we're going to wire transfer the money like you asked us to. I said, I didn't ask you to do that. I went in and she showed me the emails, and it was supposed to go to a person named Precious Howell, and the bank was in South Carolina. It had nothing to do with me. I was like, this isn't me. So,
what did they say? What did she say? It sounded like she didn't wire it yet. Are you going to tell me they did?
They did. And that's the thing. I told her on 24th, I said, you need to reverse that. You need to do something, you know. And I almost believe they drug their feet because...
Well, it's almost impossible. I mean,
a wire transfer. It wasn't until the 26th that she actually tried to reverse this payment.
And it wouldn't reverse?
Correct, because the account was closed.
Because the account was closed. Why do
and
they
I asked
think...
her why she was...
Brittany, why do they think that you are in cahoots, though?
I don't know.
Because
all they
it came
said
from
is,
your email is the only reason?
Yeah, it's just the email. You know,
do we have these emails, Suzanne?
No, I don't have anything from her yet.
Guys, where would you start? I'm asking our private investigators. Honestly, with a case like this, where would you start?
Mark, honestly, I think at this point, if she has not contacted law enforcement, I think that would probably be the first thing she should do is
I already have.
Oh, have you? Okay.
What did they say?
You have or the school has?
I have. The school never filed.
Okay, who the school's out the money, correct? At this point.
No, I'm out the money.
Well, the school is saying we paid you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there needs to be a police report filed, and start
I filed
from that.
A police report.
Okay. And what are the detectives saying to you?
I haven't heard anything back.
Okay. How long ago was it?
I filed the other day. I was waiting for the school to file because they said they were going to file, and I need that because the money technically never got to me, so it was taken from the school.
I think the detective at that point will take over and decide if he'll contact the school. I'm sure some representative there to get the facts and get all the information.
Yeah. Now the news contacted.
Go ahead, Suzanne. Hold on, Brittany.
Hey, Mark, can you lean a school?
Of course you can if you did work there. Well, you know what? I
Yeah,
don't
like,
know.
is
Now
there
that
some sort of governmental immunity there, or
Jeez,
what?
I don't know. Now that you say that, I'm not so sure. Mark, any idea?
Yeah, I don't know, but I agree with the two private detectives that the proper thing to do, well, she already did it, is to call the police.
So they came out and took a report.
Well, it's a felony theft crime. I mean, and you know, they should be able to track this. It was a bank, it was a wire transfer. They should be able to track this all the way down to South Carolina. It should be pretty simple.
Well, she already has a name, yeah.
Yeah, and a name, and then the bank in South Carolina should be able to say whose account it was.
More importantly, I would think the school would know if their emails, well, it wouldn't have been.
I'm going to have Clint call the school.
Have Clint call the school. Hold on a second,
You know,
Brittany.
Mark,
I've got some other questions. Hold on. Go ahead.
Mark, you and Tom have dealt with these people before that come in and do the scams.
Well, I thought it was going to be out of the country. Here's
right. Well, it could be still out of the country. We've known that people would come in and they'll use a different almost like a spoof address.
Let's think of this, though, and we'll discuss it when I come back, but think of this. If someone hacked her email, not the schools, because it came from her email. If she allowed, I'll put it this way, if she allowed her email to be hacked, is this the school's fault? Now, I don't want any answers yet, but think of this. Where does this rely on? Is it now her issue or the school's issue? That's the part that I'm trying to get to, and I want to pick Kranak's brain when we come back. But listen to this one, Pro Auto Care. These guys occasionally do what's called the Pro Pack, and they've got them right now. Very few times a year does he do this particular Pro Pack. You get the full oil change. It's the good oil, semi-synthetic oil, a full tire rotation, an inspection, and new wiper blades. The whole gamut, everything, $38. Most cars you can't even buy. You can't even buy the parts to do that. After you buy the good oil, the oil filter, the windshield washer fluid, the wiper blades, the brake fluid, everything else to top it off, you can't even get it done for $38.95. It's called the Pro Pack, and you call 303 Pro Auto. They got numerous locations, 303 Pro Auto, 303 Pro Auto, and I love their website. Ready? 303proauto.com.
This is Denver's Talk Station.
I told the school, that is not my email address.
Yeah, but they're
I
saying
don't know what this is.
But they already said it.
Don't do it. No, she
I know what she said, but then she drove down there and it was too late. They already
The
said it.
proof's on her.
Yeah.
They're both victims in this, the school.
Yeah, but who's the bigger victim?
Somebody sent a message on Facebook. The lady with Aurora Public Schools was on Channel 31 last week. They already tried to help her. Well, we are better than 31. That's what I have.
What did they try? Okay, I'm curious. I'm going to have to ask her.
Yeah.
I remember when, in fact, I'm going to remember when Fox 31
Do you
helped.
remember I still have
Who was the lady with the Bentley Bats?
Oh.
Wasn't that Fox
yeah.
31?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to bring up how Fox 31 helped her, and I'm going to bring up how we helped her.
And also the custom food truck, right? Oh, you're right.
Dartmouth
So
Woods
if-
still have it as an
So I missed the beginning of that. That's how did they know? She was supposed to build a school for an amount of.
We need to find the emails.
I mean,
Sent
what
her
amount?
the bill,
Yeah.
and then she was in there and she
I'm a detective. I get this call. The first thing I'm going to do, she's the person calling me.
Who's the
And then
victim?
they sent
So
the-
I'm going to treat her as the
they
victim
sent
since
it
she's
to
the
wire-
reporting party.
they
She's
go,
the
"We're
one
gonna
that's
wire
called.
transfer." And she goes,
The
"I
first
didn't
thing I'm
think
going to
they
do
were
is
wire
probably
transferring."
take her computer and give it to our computer guys
Yeah.
and say, listen, where was this breach
All right,
at? Where
let's
did
do
they
it on
come
air.
in?
Let's do it on air. Don't.
That's the question I have. Same question. Where?
Who did you call? You were
They
calling
sent it to
somebody.
Precious
I called a guy.
Howell.
Isn't that?
I called the
Gary
house.
guy about
Kristen's house,
thing
well,
that was.
I
She was low.
wasn't Precious,
She was
it
low.
was
I got
Lovey.
late.
I don't know why she didn't mention this. The school already has their attorney involved. I said, I'm going to have Clint to call the school. She goes, yeah, you might want to call the attorney because they already have their attorney contacting me. So I'm going to give all this to Clint. Her company name is Handy Woman and Crew.
Oh, I like that.
Have him call and.
She sounds like a bit short on the old knowledge level.
It's too much potato chips.
I don't know why. Why do you say that?
Because she's saying she doesn't have a complete story of all what happened.
Yeah.
She's already went to the news. She
It
already
is.
knows
It
all
is
the-
bizarre. Man, she sent the email came from her email.
Yeah, so
I don't even know
how
if
did
she
the
said-
cost, I didn't see.
I'm sure they fished it.
It's Aurora Public Schools.
Maybe, you know.
Sorry.
If they
I
were
think it would be
smart,
more likely
Work
that somebody is trolling or looking at Aurora Public Schools than just some random woman, you know.
Or somebody working at Aurora.
no,
Yeah.
they send out a ton of these phishing ones, whichever one they can get the
Get
password.
somebody to bite on.
Then, if they're smart, they sit there and they monitor and wait for their chance to steal from them.
Right.
They don't do anything up until there's some real money that pops.
There's phishing scams too, where people give up their password. I mean, you heard about those like celebrity situations.
Well, they
get
say,
the-
hey,
get the
someone's
new
tried
photos.
to break into your email.
Yeah.
Click here to reset your password.
Right. Yeah.
And they end up, and it says, put in your old password here. And as soon as they do that and hit submit, they just sent their current password.
She's on Home Advisor.
BBB.
No, well,
Dave Logan.
no. She doesn't have a. webpage.
See, I have the coolest headphones.
I was noticing
I know,
that.
I was noticing that too.
All bling.
You my
You got the
son.
bling.
I brought him in just
Now,
for
if the
backup.
public schools got hacked,
headphones.
that doesn't even make sense in this scenario. It doesn't make sense because she's saying, pay me here. How would they, I mean,
Unless they're monitoring emails that are coming.
they must have had to get her email too then, though.
Well, they
would
could have
have
had her
had them
email.
both.
If they're monitoring the school, they could have her email because it came in.
Joseph A. Lazara, he's an attorney at law. Joseph is badass, and I'll say that straightforward. He knows a lot of people. He knows the DAs, he knows the judges. If you got accused of a crime, if you committed a crime, if you were falsely accused of a crime, Joseph A. Lazara, he is a DUI master. But he's also represented people, honestly, that have shot at police officers. In fact, I think at one point, one that shot a police officer. He is the man to go to. If your kid's in trouble, your spouse, a family member, a friend, if you're in trouble with the law, you have to have representation, especially with DUIs. He can even help you with the motor vehicle part of it to where maybe you don't lose your license. If you got in trouble over the holiday weekend, call Joseph A. Lazara. Ready? 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. He's not going to mislead you. He's going to give you the straight, the skinny, and like I said, he knows the DAs, he knows the judges. He's the real deal. 303-429-6200. Brittany's got a serious issue here. She has a company that got ripped off for $6,200. She did some work for Aurora Public Schools, and someone, and I'll get into this in a minute, sent them an invoice saying, hey, wire the money to this bank account. Well, that bank account was not Brittany's. So bottom line is Brittany did not get the money, but yet the school sent that money somewhere. Now, Brittany, you did call the police and you did do a report, correct?
I did, yes.
Here's the funny part. I was thinking about this. Guys, chime in here, but to me, it's very odd. I don't know if the burden, even if they weren't a government agency, let's throw that out because that throws in other wrinkles, like governmental immunity. I'm not sure if that would play here or not. But what this does bring in, if her email got hacked, which it sounds as if it did, really, I don't know why the school would be liable whatsoever. Now, Brittany, I also heard that you were on Fox 31 with this already.
I was, yes.
What happened there? What were they able to do, if anything?
They contacted the school's attorney and basically said that both the school and I were victims.
Well, it's interesting. You're more of a victim than them. They literally paid what was owed just to the wrong person.
Correct.
So, okay, but are they going to do anything? Is their stance, no, it's done, it's over?
That's their stance, yes.
You know what's funny, guys? I'm not so sure if the school has responsibility. I don't know. But I want to bring up a case with Fox 31 since they came up. Dan, you'll remember Bentley Bath.
Very good. I do.
What did Bentley Bath, what they did was George Bentley went out and sold this woman, and I'm sorry, hold on a second, Brittany. I tell this story for a reason. And George Bentley went out, and he sold this woman a walk-in bathtub she couldn't fit in. Is there any other way to put it, sir?
Exactly. He personally went out there and sold her that.
Yeah, it wasn't one of his sales guys. George Bentley from Bentley Baths went out and sold her. There was other issues, like the walkway suck that he did, the deck. There was other issues, but the main issue is this. She's a rather large woman, and she could not fit into the tub. Listen to what I'm saying, guys. These walk-in tubs, you open the door, there's X amount of room. She, honest to God, could not fit in there. Calls Fox 31. This is before she called us. And, Brittany, I say this because I try to give you at least a little hope. Do you remember what Fox 31 did for her, Dan?
I did. They took her to a hotel and so she could take a bath.
Yes, they took her to a hotel to get a shower. Thank you, Fox 31 and the problem solvers or whatever they're called over there these days. And let me tell you why I bring this up. Remember where Tom was last, okay? Remember where Martino was last, Fox 31. And let me tell you, when he was at Fox 31, it wouldn't have been a shower at a hotel. He would have got it handled. But after she got her nice bath by Fox 31, and that's great. They did more than anybody else, with the exception of we did. She called here. Dan, what did we end up getting her?
We got her, so they replaced that with a regular tub.
Yeah, they got her in there, and now she can actually bathe in her own house. We took care of it. In fact, if you look up George Bentley from Bentley Baths, on our Facebook, if you can find the one with Tom yelling at him, I swear to God, you've never seen anything like it. I thought Tom was going to jump over this table. He was sitting where you were. He said, if that was my mother, and then we had dump buttons left and right, and it was the craziest thing ever. Crazy. But she got it fixed, and we got her a tub. Far stretch from what Fox 31 problem troublers did, or whatever they're called. Now, I want to go back to you. Brittany, the reason I say that is you gave me reason to really try to get this solved. I'm going to try to have our personal investigators look into this a little. Guys, are you willing to help out with this kind of off the air and try to figure out what direction to take so we can try to get, not only get her made whole, but figure out who did it?
Absolutely.
The whodunit's the hardest part here. Now, I do want to go back to this. Mark Kranak, attorney at law. Do you think the school's liable in this case, if everything is what we know?
Well, the answer to the question is it's unclear because we don't know enough about the facts, to be honest with you. We don't know how someone acquired her email.
If her email was hacked, and it was hacked by just some random phishing scheme, not like by someone that worked at the school or something like that.
She didn't negligently give her password out or something. So
well, see, right there is arguable. You're right, because if her email got hacked because she bit on a phishing scheme, and here's what these are generally, folks. You'll get an email, and the email will say something like, someone's tried to access your bank account, or someone tried to log in to your email from this thing. Click here. When you click there, you think you're going to Gmail, or you think you're going to Yahoo, or you think you're going to Chase, or you think you're going to wherever, and really you're going to a complete fake site. And then it'll say, enter in your password. And then when you enter it in, bam, you just gave it away.
You know what seems wacky about this to me is that the school enters into a contract with her. She's a local company. And then all of a sudden they get an email to transfer the money to someone, not her or her company.
Yeah.
What's the person's name? Precious something or other?
Precious something.
Precious Powell to a bank in South Carolina. I mean, a light bulb should have gone off, in my opinion, whoever is cutting that check or doing that transfer to the school. Like,
out of the state. They maybe double check, so maybe they do have some.
Yeah, well, why would the school send money to South Carolina for somebody that is not a party to the contract?
And the weird part, too, is because this is an agency, a county agency, I assume, or a city agency, the Aurora Public Schools, the weird part is it's my money. It's your money. It's your money. This is tax dollar money. So, God, it's very strange. Do I want more tax dollars going because her email got hacked? Brittany, hold tight. I do want her information. I would like to do something just because of the challenge that, you know, generally we do more than Fox 31. I mean, that's, you know, I won't say any more. Deanna's got a comment on this. What is it, Deanna?
So I've got a different take on it. Let's say you have a mortgage payment due. You mail it in with a check and somebody steals it out of your mailbox, cashes it. Do you just tell your mortgage, sorry, I paid it?
No.
So I don't care who got it.
That's my point. No, of course not.
So,
because they're,
I mean, she still due the money. I get that
no, but hold
somebody
on.
is a victim here, but she still due the money.
Deanna, the big difference is here, it was never made out to her. They sent it out of state to someone else. It's just bizarre. But, Deanna, let's say Brittany did get her email hacked, and it's legitimately her fault. I mean, not really her fault because people shouldn't be hacking it, but it's her fault that they got control of her email to send the email to send payment to South Carolina. I mean, she does have some blame there.
Yeah, but I think the bigger culpability is on the city of Aurora for not verifying the email.
God,
I'm in real estate, and every one of our emails have on there, you will never get a...
Deanna, there is a massive phishing scam going on right now with realtors. Right before closing, the night before, people will reach out to the buyer generally and say, okay, wire your earnest money, or not earnest money, wire your down payment tonight so we're ready tomorrow. And guess what? They had nothing to do with it, and those people they're screwed. A lot of them simply not only lost their life savings, but didn't even get their house.
Is the school district washing their hands of it, or they turned it over to a law department?
Well, their attorneys are looking at it. That phishing scam, though, what I just talked about in real estate is huge. I just read an article last night on it. People are losing a lot. If you're getting ready to close onto a house, don't do anything anything unless your realtor's telling you to, and make sure it's your realtor, because that's what they're doing. They're getting into your realtor's email and then sending you emails from who you think's your realtor saying, okay, wire the money tonight to this account. Unlike this one, though, most of them are offshore, which should send up a red flag. And honestly, pulling a wire back from offshore, almost impossible. Never happens. Pulling a wire back from here in the States almost never happens. I mean, literally almost never happens. SimplyFloorsInc.com, one of the best flooring contractors out there. Hardwood laminates, luxury vinyl tile, carpeting. Suzanne and I use Buddy Mitchell. The carpet he sells, that Shaw Life Proof, is unbelievable. If you have cats and dogs and kids, it is called Life Proof for a reason. It is a great product. It cleans up so easily. It's got almost like a rubber backing. Nothing seeps into the padding. It's plush. It's beautiful. It's great. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Go there. They'll come to you, or you can go to their showroom. Their phone number's on the website, but create an appointment. They'll come right out, show you all their products. They got designer services. It costs no extra money whatsoever. It's part of their program, and they'll save you up to 40% off of the big boxes like Lowe's and Home Depot. They have the best products, the best prices. SimplyFloorsInc.com. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
This report is brought to you by Zero, beautiful accounting software that's powered by...
The email.
Do I owe you anybody but Revitalized?
I think I'm going to have her send all emails concerned about something with the school to me in one place.
Yeah, the school
So you can go back and read all of it.
Yeah, they're stem cells.
So you can see.
You know, it's common where if you're a plaintiff lawyer looking at this, or any case like this where there's criminal activity, you're always going to try to get the cops to investigate it first, and sometimes you have to instigate that, try to instigate a criminal event. But here, clearly it's a theft. And so it's usually prudent to wait for the police to wrap up their investigation. Because then you get,
checks and stuff.
Yeah, you get all the police reports, witness statements. They'll be able to find
They get
out
a
some
lot of resources as far as subpoena power to get documents.
Yeah, and then
Sounds like she only did it a couple of days.
And we don't. We got to be careful too when we get into running like a parallel investigation with law enforcement that we're tripping over each other.
Yeah.
So generally, it's we're hands off, and then when they're done, we go through it and we're like, should have done that, should have done that, should have done that. Then we'll go do that. So that's generally how we handle those investigations.
It's really crazy.
Getting the law involved
We
in
just
it.
yell at
It's up there 14, 4, 5.
I don't know where the responsibility falls.
I mean, civilly.
I do think
I think
It is weird, though.
It's a tough call.
I wonder if she emailed them.
she's got the worst website, so I don't think she's very...
I wonder if they can meme the school.
website.
I wonder if there's an email where she says that's not me. Something that documents, because she said to them, well, we're going to wire that. And she goes, I didn't ask you to wire it. Why would you wire it? And then why would she go ahead and wire it? That's the weird thing. And is wiring something that the school would always do?
Yeah, is this standard ops?
I like it.
I love this new sponsor. I wanted to take a little time and talk about him, but I went down and met with him personally. Of course, Tom actually uses one of their products, which is crazy. If you ever see Tom's 60. He just had a birthday. He's 65, right, Suzanne?
Happy birthday today, Tom.
Yeah, happy birthday, man. I look forward to seeing him tomorrow. But if you ever look at him up close, if you ever meet him, if he's at the store or something, by the way, he loves meeting people, so anytime if you see him out in public, go talk to him. But he looks unbelievable. I don't care what anybody says. He looks like he's in his 40s. He honestly does. And I'm not joking. His muscle tone is unbelievable. And he's got me to the point where I think I'm going to pull the trigger. I get a little nervous of trying stuff, but the results that I see in Tom is crazy, and I'm talking about BioT. Now, who I'm really talking about is Revitalized Health. These guys, they sell BioT, and what it is, it's pretty remarkable. The reality of life is this. Once you hit about 25, 27 years old, you start to die. You're not going to want to hear that. It's true. What BioT and Revitalized Health do is pretty much trick the human body. When I was down there a couple weeks ago, I took a testosterone test. By the way, this is amazing. You can go in there and take this test and get the results, ready, in 15 minutes. I couldn't believe it. They literally come in, prick you with a little needle, take a little blood. 15 minutes later, you'll know what your T range is, how much testosterone. So, of course, I'm new to this stuff. I had no idea. What's mine going to be? Well, mine came back, I'll say it, I don't care, at $350. Then they took Tom's. Mine was actually $355. Then they took Tom's. Now, remember, Tom's on BioT. His came back at $1,400. $1,400. Now, mine's normal for a dying man at 45 years old. I'm not kidding, because I'm not tricking my body into anything. And, folks, I'm not kidding. I am looking forward to getting onto this stuff, and I'm looking forward to see the difference. Here's another part that's amazing. Suzanne, did you know over 50% of their clientele are women?
Yep, can't wait to try it.
Suzanne's dying to try this. Estrogen therapy, testosterone, and this stuff is incredible. I hope to get the results Tom gets. I truly do. I hope to. BioT is amazing, by the way. They take the results. Guys, I don't know if you know how it works, and I got to tell people about this. I'm so excited about this. They take your test results, and they test for all kinds of stuff. They create a pellet. The pellet is inserted in your buttocks. They cut just a little sliver and put it in there. Not I don't want to get too graphic, but not like up the chute, but like in the fat cells around it. They put that pellet there, and it lasts like 3 months to 6 months, depending on how much, so it slow releases. If you've ever had testosterone shots, bam, the second you get them, you're up and going. But, you know, a week later, as you're coming down the down low, it changes. This actually keeps it straight, keeps it nice. But give these guys a call. Go get your testosterone checked in 15 minutes. I mean, you can't beat that. 720-361-2302, and check out our check them out on referralist.com. Type in Vitalized Health. But these guys are great. 720-361-2302. Join the club. Let's everybody get back into health. Let's fool the human body into looking like we're in our 30s and 40s when we're in our 60s or 70s. It's the real deal. Rachel, what is going on with you? And by the way, Brittany, we've got your information. I'm going to have Clear Creek Investigation kind of help us out. They're going to see where the police department is with it. While the police department or the detectives are involved, they're not going to be doing virtually anything, Brittany. But if they drop the ball and you don't get paid, that's where you guys will step in, right, guys? And I want to give out their number. You guys have been great guests. Anything you folks need out there, if you want to see if a spouse is cheating, if you need someone served, if you want to see if someone's got surveillance equipment in your house or car, pretty much name it. These guys are the real deal. They're personal investigators. They help us out all the time. They're at 303-565-0283. Free initial consultation, guys. Absolutely. 303-565-0283. And then Mark Kranak, I'm going to give your info out, but Mark's a great attorney that has been with us for... Mark, how long have you been with Tom? My God, long time.
Over a decade.
Yeah, at least a decade.
Yeah.
But you do a lot of DUIs. You do a lot of criminal defense. What else?
Do a lot of criminal. You know, and I usually have 1 or 2 civil cases cooking. Most of what I do is criminal defense.
But you do litigation.
I do some litigation, and you know, like I said, I know how to sue insurance
Tenant
companies.
landlord?
Not so much. I know a little bit about landlord-tenant law, but, you know, I'll give anyone who says they found me on the show or on the list, I'll give them a free consultation.
Excellent.
And, you know, I have a recommendation, too. Me and the private investigators here were talking about this earlier.
What is it?
Which is, so... If you begin to become intimate with a person or interested, you know, you're starting to date someone.
Oh, a background check.
Background check. And there was just an article in the New York Times.
No, you don't have to say anymore, and I speed you up purely because of the part of time, but I didn't even think about that. What's a typical, Rachel, I promise to come to you in a second. What's a typical background check? I meet somebody, I'm thinking maybe this is the one, blah, Suzanne would be upset, but let's say that, let's say I wasn't married, and someone meets somebody, and they want to do a background check, make sure they're not, dating Jeffrey Dahmer or something.
Yeah, sure. It varies, and the reason I say that, typically a full-blown everything background check's about $125, $125.
Oh, that's dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Oh my God, for that peace of mind.
Am I?
Yeah, and that's we do that frequently. That's probably their #1 thing that we get called
background
on.
check.
Here's something we want to.
$125. You, especially if you meet somebody online. The 25-year-old woman you're talking to could be a 65-year-old dude. Rachel, right. What is going on with this car? This sounds horrible. It was stolen 20 years ago. How can we help you today?
Well, my question was, is there any hope of ever tracking something like that down?
Oh, my God, maybe in a river someday when they pull it out. But, I mean, I don't even know. I mean, you got paid for it from your insurance or you didn't have insurance?
No, it was my nephew's car, and he was a classic car, and he didn't have
Man, that sucks. I mean, 20 years later, guys, any idea?
I think the only thing that I could think of, if you have the VIN number on the vehicle, we could run the VIN number and see if it was ever registered anywhere else.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that, I mean, there's a possibility, you know.
Or if it popped up somewhere, like at an auction, anywhere where the VIN would be done,
right?
It would be there. Even do salvage yards keep VINs? I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe you could do a search like that.
Sure.
There was thank you for that question, Rachel. There was an article I was reading. This was crazy. This lady's kid lost her baseball glove, or the kid lost the baseball glove when he was like 10. 35 years later, okay, she's at a garage sale in a different state, and the freaking baseball glove was there for sale. And the reason they knew that is because it had, you know, he wrote his name on it. I mean, it was definitely the glove. I read that on one of the news stations the other day. Can you imagine that many years later finding it? Shane, what's going on with you, sir?
Yes, I was calling because I was just trying to see what the laws are when you list a house on having a non-conforming, conforming bedroom in the basement.
Well, I assume you don't have an egress window in there is what you're saying.
Yeah, yes, that's what it is.
Well, I don't know about his listing. I mean, you're going to have to, well, pretty much, you're going to have to disclose it, but it's going to be so evident. I'd ask your realtor how the best way to disclose it. I mean, if we had more time, I'd ask Frank Duran how he'd handle it. But, you know, putting one of these in, if you went with someone like Denver Egress Windows, they're not crazy. I don't know how much it would cost you in a contract. I mean, you don't want to lose a sale over, say, $2,000 or $3,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. It doesn't matter. You can sell it. There's no problem there. In the disclosure, I don't think there's anything that actually says, is there an egress window in the basement? But there could be something that alludes to that fact, so you better answer the questions honestly. That would be the biggest thing. By the way, Denver Egress Windows, you can get them at 303-571-5302. They'll tell you everything you need to know, and they do a bunch of stuff. They're a great sponsor of ours. 303-571-5302. Mark Kranak, attorney at law, 303-999-3900. Criminal defense, give them a call, 303-999-3900.
Lots of people need new windows, but they procrastinate and suffer with ugly or drafty windows.
Oh, I can't believe I got through all those spots.
You cannot disclose, you cannot call it a bedroom if it doesn't have an escape route.
All right.
You can call the bedroom if it has an egress window in it.
Well, you could call it like he did a non-conforming bedroom.
That's right. Meaning that somebody will have to.
When I stayed at her aunt and uncle's house years ago, they put us in this basement bedroom that had no windows, nothing. I hated it. Oh, I hated it. It was like
my grandpa had a bedroom like that in their house, and it was almost like a cave. It had, like, you know, exposed rock and stuff. I hated it staying there. It was freaky. Did you want to go down today, Mark, or did you want to call?
Mark, appreciate it.
Oh, man, and hey, it's great to see you. Thanks for having me on.